Trucking.
Come on, it's 6 o'clock. Rise and shine, rise and shine.
It's time for Early Break. Brought to you by Gaina Trucking. Live from Lincoln, America. Here's Jake Sorensen.
Did seem kind of meh.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
Surprisingly good.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Busch.
I want to buy a couple ducks. I'm bringing 2 ducks to the office.
This is Early Break.
Good morning. Happy Tuesday to you, Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Early Break. Bill Busch out today and tomorrow back on Thursday. He is out speaking today.
Is he out of state?
Yes, he's out. He's in Wisconsin speaking up there. He told me it's fine to say that. He's going to get hopefully bring back some Spotted Cow, that delicious beer from Wisconsin.
That's for you, boy.
Well, you could have some of it. You're allowed to have a beer or 2 or 6.
I do like Spotted Cow, as you know. Good morning.
Why don't you ever drink it then? It's been here at the studio. I've left some for you. You just let it go. I've left a couple out for you in the past.
Really?
Yes. Really.
You're talking with your hands.
I am. I do that a lot.
Yes.
I do that a lot.
Jake, I don't know. You know this. I don't drink a lot of beer. I mean, I can't remember the last beer I had.
You didn't have a Corona on Cinco de Mayo on Sunday at all?
No, I didn't.
That saddens me a little bit.
I had a really strong margarita. Really strong. I mean, ungodly strong.
Yeah. How'd you feel after that one? I got some text for you that evening.
Cinco del Drinko.
I received a happy Cinco del Drinko text from you. I said, Which I said, you'd be surprised I only had 2 beers today. They both were not Mexican beers, which to me, that's upsetting. I let people down.
Don't be upset.
On Cinco de Mayo on Sunday. It was a weekend, too. I had no excuse. I could have done it.
You're fine. Good morning. It's gorgeous out.
Yes, it is gorgeous out. But the storm hit last night. Wasn't severe here. Like we did have I saw some lightning. There was some thunder, but it was just a nice rain. And as we say, the drought is over.
Half-inch of rain, according to.
I thought it'd be more than that. Half-inch, though.
Yeah, according to Missing Tooth Greg.
Okay. It was a consistent rain for about an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Our amigo. Yeah, I think he said almost a half-inch. That's a lot, actually. It's a lot.
It's a lot of rain. We've had like now 3.5 inches of rain the last 15 days, essentially, the last 2 weeks.
Here's the news, Jake. It's going to be gorgeous today.
And the rest of the week.
Is it?
Yes.
Good.
Yeah, we're getting some nice spring temperatures.
Good.
How about that? Like low 70s, high 60s the rest of the week.
I need to get that
I don't think any rain. So get outside, enjoy that.
Really busy day yesterday for me. I don't know about you. Wow. Yeah. Oof.
The days are all busy when you've got a child to take care of, a young kid to take care of, a newborn.
Yes.
Because there's a lot of diapers. I think people, for those out there asking.
I need to hear this.
So our kid, Scotland, our baby girl, Scotland, will be 3 weeks old tomorrow.
3 weeks old.
I'm going to guess I have changed, seriously, and my wife changes a ton of them also. I think I've changed 60 diapers so far.
Okay.
60, if not 80.
It's a big number.
If
not 90.
If not, I'd say 80.
Where would you cap the conversation?
I think 80 is the cap. Okay. I think 80 is the cap. Okay. Going 60 is a number I probably have changed of diapers. My wife's probably changed 100 diapers or 120 diapers, maybe double what I've done at this point.
Yeah, you're a busy man.
Yeah,
you're a dad.
People told me
you're a father.
People told me that they go to the bathroom a lot. They go to the bathroom all the time. It's like 15 times a day.
I think you slipped into the word poop really fast.
I did. Yeah,
I caught it.
They poop like 10 times, 12 times a day. How could that even be possible? It's incredible.
Well,
but
the cycle.
But I'm sleeping okay. Things are all right with the sleep. So for those asking if things are going great.
Yeah, you've done really well.
Things are going great.
I have to tell you, you've handled this incredibly.
2 nights ago, she really did not want to go to sleep. It was a battle to about midnight, and I was trying to put her to sleep.
Scotland or Elizabeth?
Elizabeth wants to go to bed all the times because she's tired from getting up to feed all the time in the middle of the night and just during the day. Mm-hmm. So Scotland did not want to go to bed. It's like 11:45, and her eyes are wide open. That's a parent's worst nightmare. I mean, number one, there's fussing, but it's the fact that you can fuss and be fighting sleep. She was not fighting sleep. She was wide awake. at 11:45 p.m. I'm saying, well, hey, I got to get to work here in a couple hours. I need to get some sleep. Can you help? Can you help Daddy out here?
She understands.
No, she's like, no, I'm going to keep crying because I'm in charge now. This is my house. These are my rules, and you are now my servants, basically.
What time did that go down?
Well, she probably went to bed a little past midnight.
Not too bad.
I was able to work my magic.
That's a lot.
And put her to sleep around midnight.
Oh,
and she slept until about 4:30. It's a long time for a newborn to sleep, 4.5 hours. So taking some credit there.
Take some credit.
Taking some credit there.
Yeah, you're God. Now that I got to. I'm going to reiterate this. You've not complained once. You've handled this well.
Doing the best I can. My wife is an absolute champion. She's a stud. She's taking care of that kid in incredible fashion.
I knew that about Elizabeth.
Yeah, she's a great mother.
I always, from the moment I met her, I knew, yeah, she's good stock. Can I say that?
Fine. You gave her a bro hug. What else? I mean, what else could you possibly do at this point that would be awkward?
It's good stock.
Good stock. She's good stock. Interesting. I think she understands your. I think she gets the gist of that comment, and so do I. So we'll call it.
She's from Crofton.
Yeah, she's from Crofton, Northeast Nebraska, from a farm. So
yeah,
she's farm tough.
Right.
She's farm tough.
Farm
tough.
Farm stock.
She would do chores before she went to school back in the day. She's farm tough.
Josh is here.
Yeah, Josh is here.
We don't do our lineup very well. We don't announce our lineup. You're here, Jake. Sipple's here, me, and Josh is here. Bill is gone.
Bill is out today.
Bill will be back this week at some point.
I believe Thursday.
Okay.
Travels back tomorrow. So his. By the way, CoachBillBusch.com. If you want to book him for a speech, he can go over the country. He can go across the world if you want.
It doesn't have to be Nebraska.
If you're living in Mexico City, if you're living in Panama, not the city or the city of Panama, but the country of Panama, or Sim in Thailand. If you want to book Bill, he just went to Tokyo with the football team in the 90s. He'll go to Tokyo and speak.
I think it was 92, but
92.
Yeah, his speaking endeavors don't have to be limited to Nebraska.
No, he'll travel.
Yeah.
CoachBillBusch.com. Check that out today.
You pay him appropriately.
That's right.
Yeah.
And he'll take care of you.
Right.
It works both ways here. Anything else for idle chit chat for you?
I don't. We've done pretty well here.
We have done well. I got a couple things here.
Okay.
I just want to make sure
you're full of energy today.
I am. I'm feeling
good. What is the deal?
I saw this morning, actually, courtesy of your former employer, the Journal Star.
Okay.
I want to give a quick shout out to Lincoln Northwest High School. How about, they're in their second year of operation.
I was going to say, I don't even know what you're talking about. I think you got the wrong school. It's Omaha Northwest.
No, there's a Lincoln Northwest High School, the Falcons. They're out by Air Park.
Okay.
Just off the interstate.
Got it.
They opened up last year. This is the second year of operation for Lincoln Northwest. They won 6 regular season baseball games. So, again, a growing young program.
Yeah, sure.
But you know what? They upset a couple teams. They're going to state baseball. They had 6 regular season wins. They beat Plattsmouth and Waverly in the districts to go to state baseball with only 6 regular season wins in their second year in operation.
That is.
How about that?
Yes.
How about that for idle chit chat? Shout out to Lincoln Northwest.
Lincoln Northwest. That's the first time on these airwaves on our show that we've mentioned Lincoln Northwest. I know that to be true because I would have thought at the time there is no Lincoln, and there wasn't a Lincoln Northwest for 6 years of this show.
That's right. You're right. That's true.
God bless them. They're going to state.
They upset it. I found it funny that the Journal Star typed it as Lincoln Northwest miraculously put those words beat Waverly and Plattsmouth in districts to make state with 6 regular season wins.
Yeah, that would have got my attention as a player coach too. Oh, really miraculously? Okay,
that was in the bio of the story.
Thanks for the backhanded compliment. Really miraculous.
Are we that miraculously?
Are we that bad? No, that's good. Good for them. Good for them. I what else? You had something else.
Yeah, I always find it interesting. So in 2 days, so on Thursday, I'm hearing that's going to be the NFL schedule release day.
I'm sorry.
NFL schedule release day
on
Thursday.
Big day for you.
But it's think about this. We put an emphasis on a schedule release. We don't do that for college football. We don't do that for NBA or MLB. No one cares. It's just Give us the dates we play. There's shows that dedicate time
they do.
to the schedule release.
Yeah, all those NFL shows that are on, they do it. Well, the NFL Network will have an elaborate presentation.
I got to think about, we just mentioned that the NFL draft into April. NBA draft, people watch it. I don't watch it. It's 2 rounds. It's not a big deal. MLB draft is 1,000 rounds. People don't watch that either. NFL draft, people sit down and watch it. So it's like that's the sporting event. It's a draft. We're talking about a schedule release day. And people will be on NFL Network. Will be on ESPN. Looking forward to the schedule release. I mean,
how much?
I love the NFL. You know, NFL is king, but even I know that's a little bit extreme.
You're looking to fill time. I mean, the NFL Network has to fill time, and that's a good way to do it. It's a good way. It's a good, and we do a little bit of that in our world. Just anything we glom onto, and make and talk about as long as we can. Idle Chit Chat, sponsored by
Newton's Lawn Care.
Okay, I had a day of work yesterday, not a day of fun, a day of work. The only fun thing for me was walking into Russ's in Havelock.
I like where this is going.
Russ's in Havelock. I just had to get a few things, but playing over the loudspeaker, and it seemed really loud too, which was great, was Rubber Band Man. And
took you back to your high school days, right? With your buddy that was singing that when you would...
Joe Justice, my friend Joe Justice, when we were playing football on someone. It was, I don't mind saying the name, Todd Bader, his lawn, and I remember it distinctly. Joe Justice, as he was carrying the football and making moves. He was a good player, by the way. He was a good player at Columbus, but we were playing just in the yard. He would sing the words to Rubber Band Man, Rubber Band Man, Rubber Band. As he.
I just wish I could see that.
Oh, he was a funny kid.
I can visualize it. But I wish I could have seen it actually in person.
He was a funny dude. I hope he's still alive.
The Spinners, by the way, Rubber Band Man.
Yeah, and it was playing pretty loud. And I was singing a little bit. I don't mind saying it. Oh, what the other thing I was going to tell you, I was going to bring this up. You've covered pretty well my awkwardness in public. You've given people a sense of that. The
yes,
thing,
I have.
There's a couple things I've done at the gym that I've had to curb.
Oh no,
I'm not when I'm lifting or doing some exercise, I don't grunt and yell too much.
Let me judge that. Let me follow you and see if that's accurate or not.
But I do catch myself doing this odd thing, and I've noticed people's heads turning a couple times. I got to stop doing it. Where I will do something, not just a round of sit-ups, say, a set of sit-ups, and I get done. I don't do anything immediately after. I go walk, and then it hits me, and out loud I'll say, "Damn!"
Like you're impressed with what you did? Or you're
impressed or hurting, or not impressed as much as hurting.
You yell out "damn" at the gym.
It might be 3 minutes after the set.
How many times per workout are you doing this? Every time, every set?
I've caught myself doing it, I'd say 7 or 8 times over the course of 3 months.
It's the judgment-free zone.
Yeah.
But there's a lunk alarm too.
Well,
at Planet Fitness.
There is a lunk alarm. I'm just more concerned about just a couple of people have turned their heads like, what
is wrong with that guy?
With the old man.
There's Zippel over there.
Said damn for no apparent reason.
Himself for his workout regime.
I don't think it was a thing where it wasn't. I was impressed. It was just a response to fatigue, I think.
Is this a tick then you have?
Yeah,
a tick.
Damn. Yeah. You did it. That was Jake. Yeah, that was Jake.
I was doing that.
That was good.
I was trying to give an example of what that might sound like.
That was good. Anyway, there's some more idle chit chat. Now we got to get to come on, let's talk ball.
Okay. Well,
there's some news.
That is idle chit chat, sponsored by our friends at Newton's Lawn Care. Please call or text Andrew at 402-440-6297. If you've not done it yet, 50% off your first fertilizer application this spring. If you haven't done it yet, get on top of it. It's a little late in the process. We're talking about mid-May, early May.
It is late.
That's an April to March thing, honestly. So, but if you haven't yet, please, 402-440-6297. Call or text Andrew at Newton's Lawn Care. The hype train is high for Nebraska football. As we get,
it's not out of control.
Well, it's Joel Klatt, Fox Sports analyst, the lead analyst for them on their broadcast on Big Noon, has gone through his early top 25 for next year. So the post-spring top 25 for next year. Nebraska is at 22nd, right behind Arizona, just ahead of our friend Lance Leipold in Kansas.
Nebraska.
Coming off a 5-7 football season, no bowl game since 2016. Joel Klatt is buying Matt Rule stock. He is drinking the Rule-Aid right now.
This is significant because if you had to rank the top 5 college football analysts right now, Klatt would be numero uno.
He's first or second.
Who would be first?
I mean, Kirk Herbstreit's up there, obviously. Herbie.
Yeah, go with Klatt.
I'm just saying Herbstreit's always in the conversation. Always.
Klatt seems to be more active now.
I'd agree with that. But
Klatt, daily commentary, pretty much, right?
He has his own podcast.
Yeah.
So he's actively involved, all the time.
Klatt ranking Nebraska number 22 is not like Athlon ranking Nebraska number 22. No shot at Athlon. It's just, Klatt's got a lot more credibility than most. He's got a lot more credibility than me, for instance, just so Athlon's not offended. Okay.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
This got my attention.
Well, if you want to hear, this was not just a throwaway comment by Joel Klatt. He went in depth on this.
He nails it, too. I heard it.
Well, here it is. I'll play it for you.
This is Joel Klatt.
Joel Klatt.
The national analyst for college football. Commentary on, I guess, why he ranked Nebraska number 22.
Here we go.
I think Nebraska is going to be a pretty darn good football team. They won 5 games a year ago, and you're number 1 for Matt Rule. And yet, they should have been a lot better. Their defense was a top 20 defense in the country, scoring and yards. And granted, you could say that about a lot of Big Ten West teams, but those were the numbers. They lost 4 games by exactly 3 points. And in those games, they had 15 turnovers. Folks, 15 turnovers. 13 of those 15 were by the quarterbacks. They were minus 17 in the turnover margin last year, which was the second worst in the country. So they won 5 and they lost 4, all by exactly 3 points with those turnover numbers. It does not take a rocket scientist to know that if Dylan Raiola is just a little bit better at quarterback, which I think he can be, in particular from a turnover standpoint, this could easily be a team that wins 8 or 9 football games. Nebraska is a good program, and I think Matt Rule is a heck of a coach. He's worked everywhere that he's been. Temple, Baylor. They don't have to play Oregon. They don't have to play Michigan, and they don't have to play Penn State. To me, they could be 7-0 headed into that Ohio State game. I think their toughest game before that game is probably Colorado. We'll see if they can beat Colorado, and that's in the eighth game of the year, that Ohio State game. I think Nebraska is an interesting one. They could wind up a lot higher than this. Watch out for Nebraska.
All right, Joel Klatt has spoken on Nebraska football, and again, the hype train is rolling.
Oh, come on.
It's rolling. It's rolling.
Oh, come on. We're not.
Listen,
come on.
Dylan Raiola was making national highlights post-spring game.
I know.
What he looked like out there.
I don't think people are going overboard in this market. Now, isn't it interesting? If you or I came on these airwaves and said Nebraska could be 7-0 heading into Ohio State, on our text line and our people driving, people would be saying, "Shut up, Jake. Shut up, Sip. Stop it. Stop."
It would.
Stop with the Kool-Aid. If you came on the air and say, if Dylan Raiola is just okay, this team could easily win 8 or 9 games. If you said that, or I said that, people don't want to hear that around here. I don't think a lot. Not everybody would react this way, but a lot of people would react like, "Shut up, just shut up."
We've heard that. Yeah. It didn't work out.
Simple. You always say that.
We have made a bowl game since 2016 to shut up until they do it. Right? That's what they would say.
But Joel Klatt saying it. It's a little different, or a lot different, isn't it?
We like Nebraska fans like to know what the national media thinks of them. We do.
Well, not all national. I don't care what some national media.
Well, Nebraska fans like to know where they stand at all times.
I mean, there's certain ones that get your attention. And Klatt, I'm going to Jake. You're right. Herb Street or Klatt or Herb Street. They're at the top of the list of people I would care about. So I probably should have written a column about. I could still do it. Yeah, it's hot in here. You turn that thing down.
Pull this thing down,
man. This was quite a revelation yesterday. And I don't disagree with it. That's the thing. Now, I won't go so far as to say 7-0. They could be. I mean, they could be. That's what he says. He just says they could be. But I'm in believe it. I need to see it before I believe it mode with Nebraska, right?
Well, we have he addressed that Nebraska's schedule. I mean, we all know it's backloaded. The last 5 games are the toughest. He said Nebraska could be 7-0 with Colorado being the toughest game. And I think that who would push back on that? You look at who they have in conference play. No one's scary in those first 7 games, including non-con.
Nobody's Colorado scary. A little scary.
Colorado's a little scary, but man,
come on.
Nebraska's got to have the revenge factor going on.
Now hold on now there, Tiger.
Why?
Because Illinois is scary. Purdue is scary. Rutgers is scary. Well, I mean, Purdue regularly beats Nebraska.
Nebraska beat them last year.
I know they did, but Purdue regularly beats Nebraska, right? Illinois regularly beats Nebraska.
Purdue's projection is a rough year this year.
Can't we say at this point Illinois regularly beats Nebraska?
It's sad to say that, but yes.
So why would you gloss over those games as easy?
Well, I'm not saying they're easy. Nebraska, in a year they went 5-7, beat both of those teams last year. One of those games on the road, Illinois on a Friday night, and in Purdue here in Lincoln.
Pretty decisive Friday night win.
Yes, Nebraska looked good. Harburg played well. The defense was exceptional that game.
Purdue.
The defense was great against Purdue also here in Lincoln.
Yeah.
You had a block kick for a touchdown, block field goal for a touchdown in that game.
I mean, I'm in the
why.
I'm in the mode of they could do it. I don't want to act like it's 1999 around here.
I don't think anybody's saying that.
Well,
8 or 9 wins is not the same way as 99, my friend.
It feels like that when we're just saying 7-0. 7-0.
No one's just saying
7-0.
No, that's not. The schedule sets up for that to be possible.
Okay.
If we're saying 7-0 and they're playing Michigan in the first 7 games, they're playing Oregon. Okay, then that's a little bit ludicrous by Nebraska fans. But because your toughest game on paper the first 7 games is Colorado, who's coming off a 4-win season and has also once again turned over the roster, that's why there's some legitimacy to saying that, hey, do we expect 7-0? No. But it's possible with what is seen on paper with the schedule.
All right. I'm okay with all that.
Thank you.
He also points out that Nebraska lost 4 games by 3 points apiece. Joe Klatt points this out. And had 15 turnovers in those games, including 13 by the quarterbacks.
Yikes.
Now, this is where I glean confidence because that's not happening again. That won't happen again. If it does happen again, what I keep saying, if that does happen again, we're in all kinds of trouble. Staff's in all kinds of trouble. I mean, the head coach would be in trouble. The station would be in trouble.
Yeah, we're in trouble.
I mean, if Nebraska turns the ball over at the rate it did last year, which is 31 turnovers and it ranks second in the country in turnovers back-to-back years, and the quarterback turns it over like that, I don't even know what people will do.
It can't happen. It could happen. It can't
happen. Kiss the sellout streak goodbye.
It should be. It should be.
I mean, I don't want to go there, though. That's really ugly conversation we don't need to get into. It's not happening. There's no way we're going to watch a repeat. No way. Okay, quarterbacks last year, touchdown interception ratio was 10 touchdowns, 16 interceptions. Do you think we're going to see that again?
He better not.
No.
Dylan's very good. That'd be stunning if he did that.
It'd be no.
It's the first year of college football. He might have a rough go. In
but it's not like that.
It'd be surprising.
He's not throwing 16 picks.
It would be surprising.
Yeah.
With only 10 touchdowns. If he showed so many picks, I would think he'd have way more touchdowns.
Jameis Winston does that.
He does, yeah. How's Dylan's vision compared to Jameis?
I hope it's much better.
He had some vision problems.
God, you watch Jameis. Jameis just tries to fit balls into windows that don't exist. He does.
Well, he had the Brett Favre type thing. I got a strong arm. I'm gonna fit that between 3 defenders. Yeah. Watch this. Yeah, watch this.
He does it 12 times a game.
Yeah,
tries to. Anyway. Yeah, Klatt. Joe Klatt has Nebraska at number 22. We should go through the rest of the top 25, shouldn't we?
We should. Do you have it pulled up?
Yes, it was interesting.
Please, yeah.
It's interesting. Note 9 of the top 10 are from Big Ten or SEC schools.
The Power 2, baby.
Ohio State, numero uno by Joe Klatt. Georgia, number 2. Texas, number 3. How about that? Oregon, number 4. Pretty big flex there by the Big Ten, right? 1 and 4. 5 is the 5 was a surprise to many people. Ole Miss. They are coming off 11-2. They are coming off 11-2. On paper, according to On3, Ole Miss has one of the most talented rosters across college football. Okay.
Lost their star running back to Ohio State.
Hey, by the way, it says bringing in 20 players so far this offseason, including 7. This is Ole Miss. 7 from within the SEC with proven production like Juice Wells, Princely Umanmielen,
that'd be Prince Will's brother.
Yeah, and Walter Nolan.
Thank you for that.
Yeah. Okay, that's 5.
Top 5.
That's 5. Ole Miss. 6 Utah.
Hello, Kyle Whittingham.
Hello, quarterback Cam Bad Moon Rising.
Back.
He's back.
Didn't play last year. Injured.
Aching to say that. 7. Okay, that's 6 Utah. Started the second 5. 6 Utah. 6 Utah. High.
And for those who push back, listen, Utah has proven it year in, year out. They've been a top 15, top 10 team a lot under Kyle Whittingham. And Cam Rising was not healthy. Didn't play last year. They had injuries at quarterback throughout the whole season.
Yeah.
Had a backup. He got hurt. So it wasn't a typical Utah year, but yeah, they got banged up. And they're a very good team.
Yeah, Klatt said death, taxes, and Utah football. Oh, he said they're a premier team in the Big 12. The premier program in the Big 12. Is that right? I guess it would be.
Well, Oklahoma's gone. Texas is gone.
Right. Yeah.
Kansas, think about Kansas. Is KU in that conversation?
No.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, Lance is a dear friend.
It's Utah.
Lance is a dear friend, but you can't put Kansas in the Utah category. Kansas State. Now Lance would really kill me saying that about Kansas State. His arch rival. Anyway, Utah.
It appears
6.
to be Utah, yeah.
Who have you not mentioned, Jake?
Alabama.
7.
Roll Tide.
Thank you.
Kalen DeBoer replacing Nick Saban. No tough task there, right?
This is where Klatt, I think, errs, and I'm really surprised he did this. Michigan 8.
High in their defense.
Yeah. Really just a massive amount of turnover, though. Starting, of course, with Jim Harbaugh. Well, you're hot, too.
Yeah, I'm trying to look. The temperature is not going down. It's going up in here. It's like 78 degrees.
9
sauna.
Players selected in the draft. Anyway, Michigan 8, according to Klatt. Penn State in its familiar spot, familiar region, 9. Always in that area, right?
Think about that. They're not a forgotten team in the Big Ten because they're obviously good. But it's been Ohio State, Michigan, and then there's Penn State.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Top 10 team. Yeah. Very solid.
Mm-hmm.
But just third.
Always
in this case, they're 4th behind Oregon also in the Big Ten.
Yep. 10. This should bother Nebraska fans a little bit. Missouri. Huh.
Eli Drinkwood's getting it done.
So Missouri can be a top 10 team.
Oh, did you hear the end of Joe Klatt's commentary on Nebraska? He said Nebraska could be much higher than 22.
Okay.
If things go right. Should I play that very last part again?
No. Okay. So to review the top 10.
All right, then.
Ohio State 1. Georgia 2. Texas 3. Oregon 4. Ole Miss 5. Ole Miss 5. That's a big one. Utah 6. Alabama 7, a little low. Michigan 8, high. Penn State 9. Missouri 10.
And again, Nebraska 22nd in these rankings by Joel Klatt, just behind Arizona 21st, just ahead of Lance Leipold and Kansas at number 23.
How about that, Nebraska? I think if you're a Nebraska fan this morning, I think you feel pretty good that Joel Klatt, who is esteemed, who is studied, who is reputable, has Nebraska at number 22. I think it's a good sign, Jake.
You know, we argued at length about this years ago, about this whole underdog mentality about Nebraska. As a team that's got 5 national titles, I would say that it's been years since that happened. Nebraska's been poor for the last 7 years. They've not made a bowl game since 2016. Part of me that says, hey, you know, I kind of want to be under the radar this year.
Yeah, don't do that.
I don't need the 22nd ranking. That's nice by Joe Klatt, but
don't do that.
I want a team that wants to go and needs to go prove
you're still under
themselves.
The radar. You're still under the radar.
I know, but they were 5-7 last year with a million turnovers.
Joel Klatt, as much as I respect this top 25, is not putting you on the radar. You're off the radar. You're still off the radar.
He said they could go higher than 22nd.
I know.
Wouldn't be surprised.
This is one ranking in the month of May. They're off the radar.
Do you expect Nebraska to be in more rankings when they come out these next few months?
Now I think they will be more because people are going to look at Klatt. I mean, Klatt's a leader. The followers will there'll be people that think more about Nebraska now. Yeah, they will.
Right.
They will. Joel Klatt.
There we go. Joel Klatt, Fox Sports analyst, if not the top one or two.
Give me the third in your mind.
Analyst for college football?
Yeah. Who do you listen to? I'm testing you now. You just got to sleep a few hours ago.
I've been busy.
Yeah. I don't even know
what was that face? I saw a face there.
I don't know. There wasn't a face. I just raised my eyebrows.
Number 3 analyst.
Who would be a third that you would look at? There's a long line of them.
Well, listen, I like Gary Danielson, commentator, but he's not really he's an analyst on the team. He doesn't do podcasts. He's not doing extra stuff. I like him.
I've put you on the spot, and if you reverse this,
wouldn't be Brock Heward. Brock Heward's good, but no. He's not the Joel Klatt level. He's good. He's solid.
Yeah, he's good.
He's not Joel Klatt level.
He came with a name, though. I appreciate that. Heward has his own show. He pays close attention to. I would listen to Heward. Would you listen to Neuheisel in this discussion?
I like Rick Neuheisel. Yeah, I like Neuheisel.
I don't know that Neuheisel breaks things down like this, though.
He can.
Okay. I wonder if he would have a top 25.
Rick Neuheisel's the man. The guy's great.
Okay. I wonder if he would have a top 25 like Klatt does.
He sat down with us, not you and me, but sat down with our table at Media Days in Indy. He was fantastic. Just a wonderful guy. Wonderful guy. Good talker. Good golfer, by the way. He's like a +1 handicap.
Is that right?
Yeah, he'd kick my butt.
Neuheisel's a +1.
He's a +1. Very good. Before we get to break, quick plug for our friends at Lincoln Industries. SIP, are you looking for a job that feels like family? Join us at Lincoln Industries, where tradition meets innovation. They're a family-owned, privately held manufacturing company with a passion for excellence and a commitment to the community. Openings in all shifts at both the main plant and Air Park locations. Whether you're a seasoned professional or just starting out, there's a place for you at Lincoln Industries. Apply now and become a part of something special at LincolnIndustries.com. And again, shout out to Scott Miller, the future governor and mayor of Lincoln.
I think mayor first, then governor. Or is that the way it would go usually?
If it were to go ahead, governor and then to mayor.
He could catch the mayor job coming down, Just something to do.
Yeah, I guess he needs something to do. Be the mayor. Why not?
Yeah.
When we come back, Snoop Dogg in a bowl game? Discuss that next, an early break in the ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi, it's Joel Norman, the voice of your Lincoln Stars hockey team. Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket every Tuesday night from 8 to 9 p.m. to hear the latest on the Stars with myself, head coach Rocky Russo, and special player guests.
This is Coach Bill Busch. You all know my passion for Nebraska. Having coached all over the country, I can honestly say there is no place like Nebraska. You know where there's also no place like? Midwest Bank. Midwest Bank has proudly served Nebraska for over 70 years, and they're located in 9 different communities. Midwest Bank is ready, willing, and able to meet all your personal, business, and agriculture needs. Your community, your bank, and mine, Midwest Bank. Find out more at Midwest Bank. Member FDIC.
Hi, this is State Senator Carolyn Bozin. As a state senator, wife, and mom, I believe Lincoln is a great place to work and raise a family. My husband Reggie and I are local family business owners and actively involved in our community. Last year, I voted for the largest property tax relief package in Nebraska history. Property tax relief is important to every family, and I will continue to deliver more property tax relief to working families. This is Carolyn Bozin, and I am asking for your vote on May 14th. Paid for by Bozin for Legislature.
It's the best time of the year to order a new John Deere sprayer during Landmark Implement's Fast Start Early Order program. Leverage the industry's latest technology with See & Spray to target weeds in season in corn and soybeans and use less herbicide per acre. Utilize Exact Apply to save in chemical usage and prevent over-application. Now is the time to lock in the best price of the year during Landmark Implement's Fast Start Early Order program. Contact your local Landmark location for full details and experience the Landmark difference.
Hey there, fellas. It's your girl Jordan with Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Women may be complicated, but I make sure buying jewelry isn't. Your gal has a style, and you can figure this out. Is she more of a classic necklace kind of gal, or does she rock the boho chic vibe with layers of delicate bracelets? This is crucial intel. Not trusting your intel? Stop in the store and we'll sort out the details. I promise to make this super easy. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
I'm Dave Osted.
And I'm Ryan Osted.
I think my first memory of golf is playing with my dad at a par 3 course. It was an absolute blast, and he always would have an ice cream hole. So if I got an 8 or less, we'd be going for ice cream.
My first memory of golf really focused on driving the golf cart, being able to drive that cart.
You were a crazy driver.
I was a crazy driver, but it was what I look forward to. And what's really funny now, when I take my kids out play golf, that is the one thing, along with the snack bar, that they are most excited about.
Focus on the good stuff. Play better, have fun, and shop Osted's.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
Spring often marks the beginning of severe weather, which can lead to power outages. LES wants you to be prepared before the storm. Restock your emergency kit, update your info with LES, and if you encounter an outage, report it at les.com/report.
Be a memory for your grandchildren. Among Nebraska adults age 65 or older, 47% report current alcohol use. Drinking too much can cause harm to children, family members, and loved ones. By drinking less, you will still be around for your grandchildren. If you or a loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
This. Anybody who knows me knows I was cocky out of the womb.
Is Early Break with Zip and Jake. Brought to you by Gaina Trucking. Weekday mornings from 6 to 8 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Segment 2 is always sponsored by our friends at Beck's Hybrids, the largest independent family-owned seed company in the U.S. They want to wish farmers a safe and successful planting season. For any in-season seed needs, find your nearest Beck's Hybrid seed rep at beckshybrids.com. We look forward to seeing Sonny Beck in August.
That's going to happen.
Field day in Goner.
Well, Jiminy Christmas. We're going to have a field day?
Yeah, we're
calling it a field day.
They're calling it field day. That's what they call it out there. It's field day.
And the ticket will be out there?
I think we'll have several shows, our show included, probably out there.
Early break.
Yeah. So
early break.
It'd be early morning drive out to Goner.
Oh God!
About a half hour, right?
That's
Half
right.
hour drive.
That is early.
Maybe we could stay the night at Beck's. Just stay in a room.
Yeah.
Sleeping bag, cot.
Yeah.
Call
No, we'll do what we have to do. Like you were saying during the break, no excuses. Everybody's got an excuse.
Yeah. Leave it at that. That's all I
You went a step further.
That's all I said was that. It's where it started and ended. It was right there.
Yeah. And you and young Josh, our producer, are both in you're in a mode where you're not getting much sleep.
Josh is sleeping less than me. Josh, so he slept 5 hours last night, which is more than he had the previous 2 days combined. We're talking about a guy in 3 days' time. So 72 hours of time, not daily, but 72 hours of life, 9 hours of sleep.
This is because he's wrapping up his bachelor's degree.
That's right.
At UNL.
Before he graduates and goes on to a different job, but sadly not here. But we root for Josh.
We're rooting hard for Josh.
We hope he has all the success in the world.
He's not sleeping.
No.
I don't know how you guys do it.
5 hours, which he called a good night last night, and then 4 hours the previous 2 days combined.
Okay.
I would not be functioning well. But
okay, what do we got?
Thanks to Beck's Hybrids. Beck'sHybrids.com. 402-464-5685. Call or text as always. Saw a new bowl game sponsor yesterday. So for the last 3 years, Barstool Sports has sponsored the Arizona Bowl in Tucson. They streamed this, and also was on the CW network, but it was streaming. Now, Sip.
Okay.
There's a new sponsor for the Arizona Bowl, and it's Snoop Dogg. Yes, Snoop Dogg.
Okay.
This is the official title of the bowl game with the presentation. Okay, it is going to be in Tucson.
I'm listening.
The Snoop Dogg
doing two things at once.
Arizona Bowl, presented by Gin and Juice by Dre and Snoop.
Mm-hmm.
That's the name of the bowl game.
Uh-huh.
This is going to be also, number one, the first alcohol-related bowl game sponsor.
That's
ever.
news. That's news.
This could open up a waterfall. That
of alcohol beverages sponsoring bowls.
Maybe at the Michelob Ultra Bowl.
Are you okay? Are you okay with this?
Yes, I am.
Okay, I am too.
Because you know what? Alcohol is being sold more and more in stadiums. I know it's not in Nebraska for football yet, but more stadiums are selling alcohol. Mm-hmm. If it's going to be sold at football games, why can't they have it sponsoring a game?
I mean, I don't.
Even for like these prize packs for the players. I mean, you don't need to give them actual alcohol. Give them. You can wear swag.
Yeah,
it's not illegal to have a 19-year-old wear a Busch Light shirt.
No, I once caught some flack from a head coach in Nebraska because I had a Yingling shirt on.
That was like 2 weeks ago, by the way.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't Rule. It was Frost. I had a Yingling shirt. Well, Rule said something. He wasn't saying.
Oh,
Frosty.
You've got twice on Yingling now.
Yeah, Frosty was like, real. I mean, I don't know if Frosty was being sarcastic when he said this. He said, "Real good, Sip. Real good, Sip. Wearing a beer shirt on a college campus." That's what he said. Now, I think he was
I think he's being sarcastic.
I think he was being sarcastic. Real good, Sip. Was that a good imitation?
That was pretty good. Yeah.
I can't drum
like
up.
Bill Callahan, but
I can't drum up a big opposition to this. I can't get on this moral platform. I can't find my way up to a moral platform that says alcohol companies shouldn't be sponsoring bowl games. I just can't. It's not in me. I wonder what the text line says. Is anybody expressing any?
Does anybody have a problem with this? With again the bowl game, the first ever alcohol sponsor is not by a big brand of Bud Light, Busch Light, Michelob Ultra, but Snoop Dogg. The Snoop Dogg Arizona Bowl, presented by Gin and Juice by Dre and Snoop.
I'll tell you what, as far as old school rappers, it doesn't get any better than
That's
Dre and
good.
Snoop. It
doesn't.
doesn't.
Performing at halftime, that'd be
Man,
great.
I heard Dre on Planet Fitness speakers the other morning, Sunday morning, and it sounded really good.
Yeah, if those guys are doing a halftime show, I'm all in. I might go to Tucson. Let's make it happen.
Okay. Them sponsoring a bowl, no, it doesn't bother me. It doesn't. I mean, they're ingrained in American culture. They have been for years. It's fine. I mean, we have to acknowledge the fact that college sports has just basically given into gambling and booze. I mean, which is, I don't know what, and it's not college sports just saying college sports sounds funny to me now. Is it really college sports? Yeah. College sports? Is that what we're talking about? I don't know. Everybody was getting paid. Everybody wants to get paid. A lot of people are getting paid. Some are getting paid much more than you and I.
Yeah.
I mean, there's quarterbacks making $1.5 million out there.
I'm not making that.
No, $1.5 million.
I like that though.
That's annually.
It's pretty good. It's really good, actually.
Yeah.
College, 18 years old, 20 years old, 21 years old.
Yeah. They're making odd decisions at 18. Which condo am I going to buy?
You want some response from the breakers here?
Yeah.
Okay. Response to, are you bothered by an alcohol sponsorship of a bowl game, the first ever? Here's some response, 402-464-5685. Scott in Minnesota says, I don't mind alcohol sponsors nearly as much as I dislike sportsbook sponsors and ads everywhere.
Right. Sportsbooks are everywhere. I mean, it's really, that part to me is mildly disconcerting. They're everywhere. We say, hey, kids. Hey, student athletes. That's even funny. Hey, athletes, don't gamble. But we're going to have some billboards in the stadium, and there's going to be commercials on every third break.
Just don't watch, don't listen.
Yeah.
Look elsewhere. John in Des Moines with us this morning.
John.
You won't like his comment here.
Okay.
He says, I've got no problem with alcohol sponsorships for a meaningless football game.
You're right. I don't like that. John, what if it's Nebraska playing in that meaningless
I didn't know
bowl
that John was opposed to bowl games. Maybe he's saying that it's just because the Tucson or the Arizona Bowl is a meaningless game.
Here's a question I have for you. Can you care about a bowl that's meaningless? Because
I don't care about the Arizona Bowl.
Because you would care if Nebraska's playing in it.
They won't be playing in that game. It's not a Big Ten game.
You know my point.
Hypothetically?
Yeah. I mean, I think if you're a Nebraska fan, you have to be careful throwing around meaningless bowl game because there's a good chance that you could be playing in one of those meaningless bowl games to which you refer. Right? And if Nebraska's playing, it's not meaningless. There's an interesting conversation that goes on around here, which is, the bowls don't mean anything, but it's Nebraska's goal to get to a bowl. You can have those conversations concurrently. You can. They fit. But I wouldn't go around trumpeting the notion of meaningless bowls if you're a Nebraska fan, because you're going to be in one. It's very possible that you'll be in a bowl that you dub meaningless.
For those
go ahead.
For those who thought that maybe in the past, I was listening to Will Compton, Busting with the Boys, former Nebraska linebacker.
Yeah.
Was going through his favorite memory in college.
Yeah.
His pick six against Georgia in the Capital One Bowl is his favorite memory from college. Not a game for a national title, not a BCS game, not a playoff game.
Bowls meant more back then. Right.
Pick six against Georgia, his favorite college memory.
Didn't bowls mean a little bit more?
They
back
did.
then?
Nebraska was, Nebraska was.
No, not just Nebraska, just everywhere.
I think, in general. I think so. I agree with that.
I like that time.
Better times.
Much better. Not even close. Hey, I was going to do one more exercise, but we can do that later. No, we can do that later.
Come on, do it.
I did 3 players for an exercise for Husker Online. The assignment is 3 Huskers on offense who helped their stock this spring. Rip some off. There's 2 obvious
Dante
ones.
Dowdell.
No.
He did with the bowl game.
Yeah.
I was talking about the spring game, the long run.
Okay. That's not
offensive players this spring?
Yeah. Dowdell would be
Thomas Padoni.
I mentioned him. So far, you're 0 for 2.
Raiola?
No, you got to go Emmett Johnson. Oh, yeah, you got to. He probably stamped himself the starter.
We'll see you in the fall.
I went Jalen Lloyd.
Okay, that was a good one.
Yeah, thanks, Jake.
That one, okay, that's fine.
Jalen Lloyd. And you know what? I went Heinrich Harburg.
Why?
Here's why. Because if he would have transferred, partially, if he would have transferred, there would have been panic, which tells me that his stock in the eyes of Nebraska fans is significant, and he got better. He got better as a passer. You need Heinrich Harburg. Tell me, if he wouldn't have left, how much would we be if he would have left, how much would we be talking about it? What would be the nature of the conversation?
Not as much, since you had a quarterback that I think is better than him in Raiola on the
You'd
roster.
have 2 freshmen.
But you could go in the transfer portal, possibly. It's fine. Should have asked you for these ones. I could have helped you out with the third one.
No, Heinrich's the third one.
You call him Fedoni.
Fedoni's. I mentioned Janier and Barner and Fedoni.
Bonner's a good one too.
Yeah,
Bonner's a good one.
I
also
mentioned him. And Mazuka, the running back. No, I went with Harburg. Stock rising.
Okay. Bad moon, stock rising. When we come back, and we got some bugaboos. Bill's out today, but I got a bugaboo for sure.
You got a serious bugaboo, don't you?
Oh, and it's fresh. It is fresh.
Okay.
That and Song of the Day next on Early Break on the Ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Liberty Law Group is committed to the defense of liberty for those accused and the pursuit of justice for those injured. Liberty Law Group's relentless trial attorneys specialize in criminal defense and personal injury law. We believe in treating every client with respect, compassion, and understanding. We know that navigating the legal system is stressful and overwhelming, but Liberty Law Group will carry that burden for you. When you're facing legal issues, make the right call. 877-42-LIBERTY. That's 877-42-LIBERTY.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Unearth the secret to long-lasting tires at Tread's Central Tire Pros, a league apart in commitment, service, and expertise. This isn't just about rubber meeting the road, but trust, safety, and surety converging in perfect harmony. This is where expectations are exceeded every time. Make your appointment today at Tread's Central Tire Pros, just south of Cortland on Highway 77, or visit our website to explore our services. Remember, when it comes to tires, choose Tread's Central Tire Pros because we tread differently.
Hi, I'm Senator Bo Ballard. I was born and raised in Lancaster County, learning the value of hard work and grit at a young age. I built my own company, creating jobs right here in our community. I know that families and businesses in our community need lower taxes, lower cost of healthcare, and a great education. That's why as your senator, I helped pass the largest tax cut and made the most significant investment in education in Nebraska history and worked to reduce the cost of healthcare. I'm Senator Bo Ballard, and I humbly ask for your vote on May 14th. Paid for by Ballard for Nebraska.
Spring in Nebraska brings green grass and warmer weather, but it also brings severe storms which can cause damage to your home. Meadowlark Exterior specializes in hail, storm, and wind damage restoration, as well as roofing, siding, and gutters for commercial or residential buildings. Meadowlark Exteriors focuses on fine craftsmanship and proves that in their attention to detail. They offer free roof inspections and estimates and insurance claim assistance, serving the Lincoln and Omaha surrounding areas. Call today at 402-875-2956 or go to meadowlarkexteriors.com.
I'm Dave Osted.
And I'm Ryan Osted.
I think my first memory of golf is playing with my dad at a par 3 course. It was an absolute blast, and he always would have an ice cream hole. So if I got an 8 or less, we'd be going for ice cream.
My first memory of golf really focused on driving the golf cart, being able to drive that cart.
You were a crazy driver.
I was a crazy driver, but it was what I look forward to. And what's really funny now, when I take my kids out play golf, that is the one thing, along with the snack bar, that they are most excited about.
Focus on the good stuff. Play better, have fun, and shop Osted's.
Hi, it's Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and it's truck month at Koppel, and we want to sell them all. Choose between 0.9% APR or as much as $8,000 off list price. Yes, you heard right. That's 0.9% APR or as much as $8,000 off list on select new GMC and Chevrolet inventory. So please make that money-saving drive to Koppel in Louisville or check us out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. All deals with approved credit must trade and finance.
Looking for a job that feels like family? Join Lincoln Industries, where tradition meets innovation. They're a family-owned, privately held manufacturing company with a passion for excellence and a commitment to their community. They have openings on all shifts at both the main plant and air park facilities, offering flexibility to fit your schedule. Whether you're a seasoned professional or just starting out, there's a place for you there. At Lincoln Industries, they invest in their people's success, providing opportunities for growth and advancement. Apply now and become a part of something special at Lincoln Industries. The end of the school year is drawing near, which means graduation parties are coming soon. Are you prepared for that if you're hosting? Fear's Cheese Spread is the dip that brings everyone together to celebrate graduations and to close out a great school year. And it goes well with crackers, meats, soups, and more. How could you throw a party without it? Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Fuhrer's Cheese Spread. No graduation party is complete without it.
Hey there, fellas. It's your girl Jordan with Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Women may be complicated, but I make sure buying jewelry isn't. Your gal has a style, and you can figure this out. Is she more of a classic necklace kind of gal, or does she rock the boho chic vibe with layers of delicate bracelets? This is crucial intel. Not trusting your intel? Stop in the store and we'll sort out the details. I promise to make this super easy. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $24.62 per hour, which grows to $28.97 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $33.36 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
You love to bash his sports takes.
Now, will you feel like an idiot if you're a big tough? If you're a big tough guy this morning,
but you really love to voice your displeasure for his music choices.
He stumbled on an issue that I did not think would generate this much passion and discussion.
It's time for Jake's questionable song of the day on Early Break on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Someone who loves me back.
There's a strong chance you've never heard that song. It wasn't Tom Petty's one of his biggest songs, but that is, again, Room at the Top by Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers from 1999. 464-568-5. 1 is bad, 10 is good. Text your rating on the Sartor Heyman Jewelers Song of the Day.
You're on a serious heater right now. I mean, this is getting ridiculous. What year was that?
99.
Now,
I
think about
that was 99.
They had been playing 20 years at that point. Now, seriously.
Maybe more than that. More than that.
Yeah. I don't want to get bogged down in years like I tend to do. I'm not going to do that. That sounded beautiful. I have heard it, but I don't know. I've maybe heard that 100 times, not thousands.
It's not really on the radio. It's on Tom Petty radio on Sirius, yes.
No, I think that qualifies. Does it qualify as a deep track?
That's a deep cut.
Deep cut?
Deep cut.
Deep cut. It cuts really perfectly. God, it sounded good. Holy crap. Yeah, I'll tell you something about Petty. Petty was very relationship oriented.
Oh, yeah.
He got hurt. He was in some rough. There's no way he can sing like he does about relationships without getting hurt a few times. Now, that's not what he was singing about here, I don't, at all. The other thing about Petty that boggles my mind is the riffs. They're very simple, right, Josh? Very simple, but very, they catch you. Like, oh, that sounds good. Very simple riffs, very few chords, Josh would tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Very few chords.
But simple, but good.
Yeah. Very simple lyrics. He's very economic with lyrics. It's a sign of intelligence. He says a lot with very few words. Takes me a long time to get a thought out. Not very intelligent. That is 9.6645.
Did not expect that.
That's a beautiful song.
It's not as one of his best. It's one of his most popular, but it's Tom Petty though.
It's really good.
I would not say Josh's score is very high. It's kind of a low energy song.
I think you're reading this wrong.
I'm gonna go 6.2 for Josh.
I'm going 8.4.
5.6, but 8 for creativity. Says Josh. And
it's not his style.
Well, he likes Tom Petty. It's just a little slow.
Yeah, he doesn't like the Eagles,
which is weird. That's still odd. Maybe his worst take he's ever had, and he's very adamant. Like, nope, you won't change me. I don't like the Eagles.
He calls the Eagles country.
They're not country.
No,
that's an incorrect take. Sandmaster 6.2. John in Southeast Lincoln in 8. East Lincoln West 7.7. Jennifer 5.5. Hubby 4.8. Low scores.
Really low in the household today. Really low.
Kyle and Hooper 5.1. Not a favorite of his. John Des Moines gives us a 7.
John
7.
John is a rock and roll aficionado. He is.
LB says 8. Petty is king. City Worker says 1. Didn't know a single word he said in that song.
Do you believe that Petty is king?
Petty's the man.
He's close to king.
He is a king.
He's close to king.
Someone says exemplary song choice, Jake, today. How about that?
Exemplary is a good word. Hey, exemplary is a good word.
It is a good word.
Jake, you nailed that one. Nailed it.
Well,
I don't know what you're going to do tomorrow because it's going to be really hard to come back from that.
I won't have Tom Petty again tomorrow. You can't do back-to-back days with the same artist.
Bill,
I'm not doing it.
With Bill gone, it's something you could think about. Bill's not a Petty guy.
I know, which makes me sad.
Yeah, it's okay.
Bill has so many good takes, but Tom Petty,
it just doesn't do it for him.
I just don't get that. Well, are you ready for Bill's Thrills? When Bill's gone, it's Jake's
really ready.
Sips Tips.
Yeah.
And today it's Bugaboo Tuesday, so here we go without further ado.
Some call him the most interesting man in the world.
That is setting up the morel mushroom bonanza.
Oh,
yeah.
This is going to be bonanza?
Mushrooms grow better with thunder and lightning.
Others call him Coach. But to everyone else, he's Bill.
I want to get one of those military ab stimulators for us to wear during the show. You see, I sent you today.
It's time for Bill's Thrills on Early Break. Sponsored by Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid-Plains Advisors.
Yes, Bill's Thrills is always sponsored by our friends Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid-Plains Advisors, the ATMs, the cash cows of Lincoln. Call them at 402-730-7387 to plan your financial future today. Free consultation. They'll make you money. As Bill said, they'll make you lots of money if you let them. You got to give them the chance to. You got to go talk to them first.
Just turn it over to him.
This just happened. You got to make the first step and go talk to him, and then the magic happens.
Yeah. Allow yourself to let it happen.
That's right.
That's a big part of life.
So Bill is out today, and he'll be back on Thursday. But when Bill is out, you and I fill in on Bill's Thrills. And today, Jake's Takes on Bugaboo Tuesday is fresh. It is fresh as of yesterday, this past week. I am being targeted by the city of Lincoln. Yes, me. I am being targeted.
Okay, what's going on?
I have a serious problem, and everybody in the world feels the same way when this happens to them. But the city of Lincoln, Park and Go people are after me.
Oh,
yeah. So we we have a parking pass in the garage. This is partially user error on my behalf. Okay.
Okay.
I always have a spot in the garage at no cost to me. But sometimes I've got things to carry into the station, so I park up front. And I just sit there.
Outside the building.
Outside the building.
On what street?
This is 11th Street right
here. So
you
park on 11th and a meter.
Yes.
You plug the meter.
Sometimes.
Okay, that's the critical part of this conversation.
No, but the other day, I saw yesterday. This is why I think I'm being targeted right now.
Monday.
Yeah, yesterday was Monday. I watched as a parking person, I was on the phone. I couldn't get out there. I was busy. So I was like, I just watched the ticket on my car happen.
Why didn't you go out there?
I was busy.
I know, but you could have just walked
stopped. I should have.
It's a cordless phone, Jake.
It was an important conversation. I was talking to a client. I didn't want to say, hey, hang on a second. I got to go yell at this guy real quick. I just took the ticket. All right. I saw there was 4 or 5 other cars that were all flashing red. They didn't have money in them. And they just got my car and they walked away.
Were you flashing red?
Mine was flashing red.
Was it?
But the rest of the other 4 or 5 cars also were flashing expired red. I get the one ticket. Nobody else did.
Huh? No, wait a second. You were flashing red.
Mine was, yes, I deserved to get a ticket. And then it was also in 8:45. They start checking at 8:30. They came early.
Oh, good God.
They came early. I mean, we're talking 15 minutes after the time where they can check meters.
Okay, 8:30 is when they start.
And by the way, I got 2 tickets last week also.
Okay, you got some problems.
I am being targeted by the city of Lincoln's parking. I'm thinking about changing my license plate.
You need to probably lawyer up at this point.
Here's the worst part. I was slow on paying one of these. So if you don't pay in a week's time, it goes from $10 to $25.
Okay.
And guess what? I had to pay the $25.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Was I happy about that?
No.
No, I was not.
No, you have a newborn.
And here's right. I got money coming out the window right now.
Right.
And here's the worst part. Now I know this is a sign of the times with the credit card, charges going up like crazy. Yeah, a couple years ago, Park and Go would encourage you. It was always a $10 ticket. If you actually paid online, you saved $1. They charge you $9 versus going in and paying in person.
Okay.
Now, if you get a $10 ticket, it's $12.70. So $2.70 credit card surcharge on top of that.
Really?
So they went from encouraging you a couple years ago to paying online and saving you $1, making it $9, to now it's $12.70 for a $10 ticket if you were to pay online versus walking in to Park and Go.
Are we saying a debit card and a credit card is the same thing in this?
It is, yeah. Debit card, same thing.
What if you want to pay cash?
You can go pay them in person with a check or cash, and that's $10.
No, this is not good for you. This is bad.
I'm saying
it would freak me out too.
Somebody has decided to make it a part of their business to target me and my car as where we're going to get all our money from to pay for things for Lincoln. I am funding Park and Go right now. I am.
You feel you're being targeted.
If you work at Park and Go, you're welcome for the bonus. That was from me. I paid your bonus this week.
You feel you're being targeted.
I'm not. There's no feel. I am. When I saw 5 other cars flashing red on expired and only my car got the ticket.
Oh, okay. Now hold on.
I have a problem with that yesterday.
Okay, now we have a hiccup in this conversation. When you as you have kept saying flashing red, I thought you meant you're flashing your
not the flashers. No.
Yeah.
The meter themselves, you could see. I could see from the outside. I walk by them all. They all have the expired red on them.
Is it flash actually?
I mean, it's not really flashing, but if you can see it kind of moving.
You can see it moving. Okay. I thought you had your what hazards on.
No, the hazards were not on.
I thought you had your hazards. I thought everybody had their hazards.
No, that'd be very creative and smart, but no, we didn't have hazards.
You might try your hazard.
I should have appealed this one, saying, "Hey, why did nobody else get this ticket besides me? I'll pay it because I'm a good person."
That appeal will go nowhere.
I'll get pissed off here.
That appeal.
I know.
That appeal will go nowhere.
Also, if I'm willing to pay the ticket, do we have to charge the extra $15? Can I just say, "Hey, here's the $10. I'm 1 day late. I'm 1 day late. $15 extra dollars.
That's a lot.
You're lucky I'm paying this. A lot of people walk away from the city, never pay it because they go on, they're not from here. They never pay their parking tax.
I think
ridiculous. I'm being targeted.
I think what you should do is next time put your hazards on. If you know it's just going to be a little bit, that might help. It would indicate to the parking attendant. Parking attendant?
Yes.
It would indicate to the parking officer that you're going to be out there pretty quickly. I'd try that.
It's a thankless job what they're doing. To those who are the meter people, I know you don't really. No one likes you. You're not.
They don't.
Nobody likes you. No one's ever happy to see you.
Nope.
So I know it's a thankless job, but still, if you're going to give us tickets, well. And by the way, do warnings just not exist anymore? I got warnings back in the day. They used to offer warnings. Now it's like, nope, that's $10.
Yeah, no.
I don't think warnings even exist at all.
I didn't know you're having this problem. I feel for you.
They don't exist. So
okay, the other informative thing to people in this conversation is 8:30.
It's 8:40. Yeah, 8:30 is when the meters can get checked.
Okay.
15 minutes into the day, they came across this row here. And I was busy. I saw them after the fact when they were getting the ticket, and then they walked away, and I saw nobody else had metered at all. I'm getting targeted. The city is after Jake Sorensen. It is.
Yeah, don't feel that way. You sound a little bit like you're making yourself a victim. I don't like that.
I don't like to feel that way either, but it feels pretty 3 times in the last 8 days.
That's a lot.
I've got a ticket.
That's a lot. That would frustrate me. I understand.
I'm a little bit pissed off.
I can tell.
I'm a little bit peeved.
I haven't noticed.
A little bit peeved.
God bless you.
Is Bugaboo Tuesday. Jake takes in for Bill's Thrill, sponsored by Dirk Scott and Ty at Mid-Plains Advisors. Top of the hour next, a couple special guests to promote ALS awareness. Sip, that is next
this is
on Early Break on the ticket.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Enrique Alvarez Clary, a.k.a. Rico, here for The Body Shop. What do you give someone who does so much for you every day? Well, I know what I did for my wife as an early Mother's Day gift. I got her a massage from The Body Shop. Her first ever massage was amazing. Her words, not mine. The deep tissue massage literally melted the stress away and left her feeling refreshed and fully relaxed afterwards. Get the special woman in your life the gift of a massage. Book one today at thebodyshoplincoln.com. The Body Shop at 48th and A. Looking for a job that feels like family? Join Lincoln Industries, where tradition meets innovation. They're a family-owned, privately held manufacturing company with a passion for excellence and a commitment to their community. They have openings on all shifts at both the main plant and air park facilities, offering flexibility to fit your schedule. Whether you're a seasoned professional or just starting out, there's a place for you there. At Lincoln Industries, they invest in their people's success, providing opportunities for growth and advancement. Apply now and become a part of something special at Lincoln Industries.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
Liberty Law Group is committed to the defense of liberty for those accused and the pursuit of justice for those injured. Liberty Law Group's relentless trial attorneys specialize in criminal defense and personal injury law. We believe in treating every client with respect, compassion, and understanding. We know that navigating the legal system is stressful and overwhelming, but Liberty Law Group will carry that burden for you. When you're facing legal issues, make the right call. 877-42-LIBERTY. That's 877-42-LIBERTY.
Hi, it's Joel Norman, the voice of your Lincoln Stars hockey team. Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket every Tuesday night from 8 to 9 p.m. to hear the latest on the Stars with myself, head coach Rocky Russo, and special player guests.
Tanner's Bar & Grill is the perfect place to watch your favorite MLB teams this spring and summer, as well as Nebraska baseball. Enjoy Tanner's delicious hamburgers, chicken lips, and daily specials, and wash it down with one of their tons of options of beers. You'll never have an issue finding the game, as there are TVs everywhere throughout the space. So get in early and grab your spot and settle in for an afternoon or evening of baseball at Tanner's Bar & Grill, 30th and Yankee Hill. You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you with the highest quality roofing solution. Whether it's a new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and a long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
The Mill Coffee and Tea, formerly with only 4 Lincoln locations. Guess what?
What?
There's 5 Lincoln locations now. Oh my gosh. That's 25% more Lincoln locations than there used to be. Can you even imagine a world where there's only 4 Lincoln Mill locations? Feels like ages ago. We were all so young then. The Mill on 11th, located right alongside 93.7 The Ticket Studios, 1040 O Street.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, some spotty showers possible. Otherwise, mainly sunny and breezy. The high around 74. Tonight, a chance of showers rolls in. See a low around 49. And tomorrow, we'll see mainly sunny skies return. Another slight chance in the evening. See a high around 72. I'm meteorologist Kyle Clucker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey, Husker Nation, Matt Davison here with 1890. It's an exciting time to be a Husker fan, and to keep that momentum going, we need your help. Nebraska has always been a leader in college athletics, and we're doing the same through name, image, and likeness. NIL is a unique opportunity for every Husker fan to have a direct impact on the success of our programs. Through 1890, 100% of your contribution goes to the student athletes. So go to 1890nebraska.com, choose your sport, become a member, and help the Huskers recruit and retain the best. Go Big Red.
Hey, baseball fans, join the Blur Tailgate at Hilton Omaha this June for our 12th annual hospitality event during the College Baseball Championship Series. Book an experience for your clients or employees with an inclusive bar, buffet, TVs, music, and tailgate games. Secure your spot today and let Blur Events take care of all the work so you can enjoy the day. Plus, we're just steps away from Charles Schwab Field. Visit blurevents.com to book your group, buy tickets, or learn about sponsorships. That's blurevents.com, your college baseball and football tailgate destination.
Wake up, Lincoln.
I overslept. Damn rooster didn't crow.
It's time for Early Break. Sponsored by Midwest Bank. Live from Lincoln, America. Here's 93.7 The Ticket's Jake Sorensen.
I'm wrong, but I'm not.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
If I were a feral cat.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Busch.
You get one team. Mine's the Houston Oilers. I'm not the Texans, and I'm not the Titans, so I'm out.
This is Early Break.
Welcome back to Hour 2 on a Tuesday. Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Early Break. Bill Busch out today, back on Thursday. Hour 2 sponsored by our friends, as always, at Midwest Bank. Member FDIC, location in South Lincoln at 27th and Jamie Lane, now also at 70th and Pioneers in the wonderful stone building, the southeast corner, which you finally saw. Sip. Oh, sorry.
He turns my microphone off.
Not just during the break.
What's that say?
Just during the breaks. They're back.
You're overly impressed with the stone.
There's not overly impressed. It's beautiful.
It's
all right. If you haven't
right.
seen it, go check it out.
Yeah.
Midwest Bank, member FDIC, 70th and Pioneers, 27th, and Jamie Lane. Okay, Hour 2. We have a couple special guests for a special cause here today. We have Chuck and Ashley Johnston with us today, and so Nebraska has their final home series for baseball against Indiana of the season this weekend. And Friday night will be particularly important to a lot of us because SIP and listeners, that is going to be ALS Awareness Night here in Lincoln, Nebraska. ALS, Lou Gehrig's disease, is obviously what that stands for, what that means. And we have a special guest with Chuck and Ashley Johnston. Chuck is the father of the late Scott Johnston. Ashley, of course, the wife of Scott Johnston. And guys, thanks for being here today and tell us about this. And just kind of, first of all, tell us who you guys are and I guess why you're here today. Chuck, I'll start with you. Or Ashley, you go ahead.
You go. Well, I'm Chuck, the father of Scott, and we're here to talk about this event. And we're so just indebted to the university for what they have done to promote this awareness night. And it really is an awareness night. Ashley actually told me that there's 30 people right now in Lincoln that are dealing with ALS. And ALS is a disease that is basically you have a 2 to 5 year life sentence once that happens. And it's very, very difficult, as you might guess. And I'm going to let Ashley probably talk a little about Scott. But we appreciate you guys giving us this opportunity to come out here. And we certainly appreciate the university and especially the baseball program for what they've done to help us get that out there. And this really all started with an idea Scott had a relationship with Coach Childress and Coach Bolt.
Okay.
And when he was at Texas A&M. And so because of that, I kind of mentioned it to Johnny Dorn, who Scott played against from the time he was 10 years old.
Okay.
And him and Johnny hung out quite a bit in college. And so Johnny, I kind of challenged him to get a hold of Coach Childress and get this thing going. And you don't challenge Johnny Dorn or else he's going to get it done. And and they took the ball from there.
And Scott worked in the Texas A&M football office.
Yes.
Okay, and that's where he got to know Will and Childress.
Yes, and I think he started here at the university. Actually, he was not going into football at all. And Vince Genta, who's back with Nebraska, Vince got Scott involved with football as an intern back then and helping with Coach Pelini. And Scott was really close to Bo.
Okay.
And then from there, he went to Kansas with Turner Gill.
Right.
And then from there, he was given a job at Texas A&M working with Coach Sumlin as the director of on-campus recruiting for football.
Ashley, take us to April of 2021.
Yeah.
That's when all this, you started to see issues, right?
Yeah. So we actually were living in Omaha, and Scott was commuting. He had gotten out of football and he was working in orthopedic med sales. And I'm a nurse. I had kind of cut back and was working PRN at Children's. And so we decided to move back to Lincoln. So the weekend that we listed our house, the market was so crazy, it sold right away. And we were like, it sold that day, and we're standing in the kitchen, and he was like, this is weird. I can't lift my foot.
Left foot, right?
Yeah. And we just kind of were laughing about it. We're like, oh, that's really weird.
Yeah.
And then it just slowly seemed to progress throughout that summer, where then he had like noticeable weight loss. And he just, walking was getting harder, and he started having muscle twitching during the summer as well. And then in August, my sister got married the end of August, and at her wedding, he fell. And that was when we were like, okay, we need to look into this and see like what's going on.
Yes.
And that summer was when we went to Atlanta, went to a Braves game. And I won't forget, Scott was limping and thought he had like drop foot, and he's carrying luggage. And that's who Scott was.
Wow.
He never once was like, oh man, he was just like, let's go.
Yeah.
That's him, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. He never complained. He's just like, it's fine. It's no big deal. And then we had the diagnosis by September 15th.
September 15th. So this all happened pretty quickly. April 2021 to September.
Yes, it was quick. And we knew something was wrong at that point. So we kind of expedited it. We went to the ER, got admitted so they could just run all of the tests all in one. Because doing it all outpatient sometimes takes months.
Okay.
And with a disease like ALS, you don't necessarily have that time to try to figure it out. And so we did. We found out. And then by October, walking was getting really hard for him.
Gosh, this is hard.
Yeah. November, he was using a walker. Excuse me. And then, within 9 months of his diagnosis, couldn't move arms, legs, had a trach, and was on a ventilator full support. So it was, excuse me. It was just very quick for him. So
yeah. You had young children at this time.
Yes. Our son was 1 when he was diagnosed, and our daughter was 3.
And they learned to care for your husband at the time?
Yes. They're amazing. So I was thinking back. So my husband, by the time he had his trach, my son was 2, my daughter was 4, and they learned his machines. They would run in and be like, Mommy, Daddy needs cough assist. And most people would be like, what is that?
How about that?
And they would push the buttons and turn it on for him. And it was just, they loved taking care of him. And honestly, as parents, I mean, when Scott got the diagnosis, it was just earth shattering, but we were like, we still want our kids to have the happiest childhood. And so we had so many good moments throughout that time, and they just learned to like love being his little, like taking care of him and had a lot of sweet moments together that way too. So
And you guys might surmise he married a pretty good person.
Yeah,
pretty
I would say
evident.
so.
Pretty evident within about 2 minutes here.
Yes. We're joined in the studio by Chuck Johnson, Ashley Johnson. Again, Chuck, the father of the late Scott Johnson, who will be honored on Friday at the ALS Awareness for the Husker baseball game, 6:05 first pitch against Indiana. It'll be a video honoring Scott's life before the first pitch. And Ashley, you'll throw out the first pitch.
Yeah.
Are you ready for this?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I played softball growing up, but baseball is a different animal. I mean, the ball is so small. I'm like, how do I throw this? So
I told her to make sure she holds it across the seams. Or it's going to sail on her. So
yeah.
Across the seams.
She's got to hold it across.
As long as it just doesn't go straight down in the dirt, I'll be good.
Are you going to get up on the mound, or are you going to be in front of the mound?
I think I'm going to have to go in front.
I did it in front of the mound.
Yeah.
I told her.
It's a different animal.
Lob it too. Don't.
Yeah.
Bring
sing
the
it. Sing it.
I thought, should I go with the softball pitch? But that probably would be frowned
Oh
upon.
no, you could do that.
Nothing to be frowned upon. It's your pitch. Do what you want to do.
This is about awareness, right?
Yeah, exactly.
This is Friday night, 6 p.m. And this is when we talk about awareness for this horrifying disease, what would you want people to know?
Honestly, it's just not talked about, and there's not a lot of research, and there's not a lot of funding as well. And
there's not.
Hardly, it is such a fast disease that I just feel like they focus on other things, but just getting the word out there, because when Scott was diagnosed, I didn't really know what it was. I mean,
Sure.
I'd heard of it, Lou Gehrig's disease, but I didn't truly understand it and how it affects people. And now that the numbers are increasing so much, and a lot of the newly diagnosed are young men in their 20s to 30s.
Yeah, I saw that.
And so, yeah, just
Major League Baseball has taken some steps, and they have a Lou Gehrig's Day now.
Mhm.
And they actually have a person from each team that kind of represents them as the as the person that takes on getting that out there to other people. And one of our niece's husband, Darren Ruff, played for the Giants, and I remember Brandon Crawford was their guy, and Salvi Perez was the Royals guy. And so Major League Baseball doing this also gave us the thought that, maybe we could do something here locally, because this isn't just a Major League Baseball thing. This is affecting people everywhere. And Ashley can tell you one of the people that have really helped, or one of the groups that have really helped, is the ALS for the Heartland.
yes.
And are they involved in this event?
Yes, they are. Yeah, they'll have a booth. I think there's a video that they'll show. ALS in the Heartland is wonderful. They're based out of Omaha, and they help Nebraska, Kansas, and a couple other surrounding areas, I believe. But they have like loaner equipment. And so they got Scott his first power wheelchair, which was so helpful. They also have a respite program that helps pay for caregivers every month. And they just have a lot of resources. They're very connected. They're connected with Team Gleason, which he was an NFL football player with ALS. And so they're an amazing resource and helped us a lot.
You mentioned that there's 30 cases of ALS in Lincoln right now.
Yeah,
which is
in Lancaster County.
In Lancaster County, which is high. That's a high number.
Yeah, they said typically there would be about 4.
Oh boy, that's the kind of awareness we need to hear.
Yeah,
30 cases right now.
I go back to, you mentioned again. So Scott again passed away in 2023, August 2023. But you said through the whole process he was very positive, which I mean that's that'd be very difficult to see your everything kind of withering from what you had.
Yeah. Talk
us through what that was like, and just how much his positivity helped you and the kids out through all this.
Oh my, he never complained.
Oh boy.
He just would always, and there were times when, and he was pretty far in at this point, and I remember he was saying, it's not so bad after all. He's like, I get to have so much good quality one-on-one time with people. He's like, when would I get to have that? Because he had a lot of friends and family members come, stop by, spend time with him. And he would just be so appreciative of that time with him. And he's like, life gets so busy. I wouldn't have this otherwise.
And you got to know this guy.
Yeah.
My sister, when he passed away, she had these little bracelets made, those rubber bracelets. And she just had his initials, SCJ, on there. And on the other side, DBAP. And I'm going to let you guys figure that out, but it's don't be a something. And that's a Scott. Don't be a something.
You figure that one out.
And that's him, though. He was like, don't be that person, don't complain.
Interesting.
He was just that way. And
good.
So, when you talk about that, Jake, that was just Scott.
Yeah.
That's who he was.
So he was how old at this time?
He was diagnosed at 35 and passed at 37.
Okay.
But yeah, one of the things that even just something small, I would think about, like if you get an itch, he couldn't like do anything about it, and he would just like have to deal with that. But he wouldn't complain about things like that. And if I don't know, that was a game I would try to play. I'm like, how long can I go without like scratching an itch? And just that's like something so small. And then you think about everything else that he dealt with on top of that. And it's just things. I mean, he could have been asking for things moment by moment. But he
didn't complain.
No, he never complained.
I like in your notes here that when you have a disease like this, it's hard to move every day. But he had a goal to make it to your daughter Macy's 5th birthday, which he did. He passed away in August. Her birthday was July 17th.
Made it.
27th. Yeah.
How important? Sorry, July 27th. How important was that for the family just to see him make to that milestone?
It was really special. Yeah. He had kind of told me earlier in the spring that was his goal, and at the time I was like, okay, I don't like. Yeah, we're going to get there and then we're going to keep moving. But he just knew. He's like, that's my goal. And it was really special. And I think it'll be something that she'll always cherish as well, that he really wanted to be there for her on her 5th birthday.
How important have Will, Bolt, and Childress been in all this?
I mean, I don't think this happens without them to begin with. I think Coach Childress probably started the ball, obviously went to Will. And because of Scott's relationship with those guys, I saw Coach Childress about a week ago over when I was at the Hall of Fame, and he was across the way, and I'd gone in to do some type of an interview for the game Friday night.
Okay.
And Coach Childress, I just hugged him and said, thank you. And he said, man, this is a no-brainer. He said, we have to do this.
Good. So. You know what? When I put it together in my head, Scott being friends with those guys makes sense in the context of what you said about the band. What is it? Don't be a Childress is very much that way. Will Bolt is very much that way.
And when Scott came back to Lincoln, Childress would have him over to watch football games. And Ashley knows Amanda.
Okay.
And they got to know each other at A&M. Scott said, frankly, when he was at A&M, he would oftentimes take the football recruits to baseball games. And they were just so, accommodating and so great to work with. But they had that connection from having been in Nebraska too. And so there are a lot of connections with Scott here. And
how did Scott get into that football realm? You had a boy who played baseball at a high level for Papillion in Nebraska.
Yeah, Dan did. And they both played basketball. They both played basketball and baseball and tennis in high school.
Okay.
But Scott was really going to go into medicine.
Okay.
He was going to be a dentist. And at some point he was like, Dad, I can't spend my whole life just with my hand in people's mouths. And Vince Ginta, Scott was doing some arts and sciences Saturday morning tours of people. And Vince said, man, you're pretty good. We should get you into this. And at the time, I remember Scott was working for Brothers as a bouncer.
Was that right?
He's about your size, Sip, but doesn't have the boxing background that you had. So I was like, Scott's a bouncer. And he said, Dad, Vince asked me if I wanted to do this at the university and I would get paid less than I get paid at Brothers. And I said, Scott, do it for free. Just do it. Get involved with that just because of the connections you would make. And from that, he eventually worked his way up. And then, Bo recommended him for the job at KU. They went down to Lawrence for a while. And then David Beatty, who was the running backs coach at KU, went to A&M. And he said, Scott, I'm going to bring you down there. And Scott was like, yeah. And like within a week, he went down there and they hired him there. And then that whole connection with Childress and all.
So Scott must be pretty personable. Must have been pretty personable.
Yeah, he can talk to anyone.
Is that right?
Yes.
He will tell you, he always talked in recruiting. He would say, I'm a 5-star.
Is that right?
And I don't know what the 5 stars were after. He probably told her, but didn't he? He'd always be like, I'm a 5-star.
He sounds like a 5-star to me.
Oh my gosh,
he was something else.
He sounds like a 5-star. Yeah. This is beautiful.
For those of you who are just tuning in, we're talking with Chuck and Ashley Johnston. We're honoring the life of Scott Johnston on Friday night at the Haymarket Park baseball game, Huskers, Indiana. Ashley will throw out the first pitch in ALS Awareness Night. ALS, for those who don't know, is a nervous system disease that affects nerve cells in the brain and spinal cord, causes loss of muscle control, and gets worse over time. Begins with muscle twitching and weakness in an arm or leg, trouble swallowing, and then slurred speech. And there's no cure for this disease. Life expectancy is 2 to 5 years. Only a small percentage are genetic in terms of this. But the goal for Friday and in general is ALS awareness. So how can people go into the game and those who are listeners of the show get involved in helping out and what they can do?
Yeah, I think just starting to spread the word. We actually have T-shirts as well. That part
400 already that you.
Yeah, we've done 400, and then we have more that part of the proceeds will go towards ALS in the Heartland. So those will support their work every day and how awesome they are and helping patients with ALS. And so, yeah, just buying a ticket to the game, spreading awareness, and also.
And Jake, it's really like if you can hear about it, just like all of us. We know, Lou Gehrig, and I've read about Lou Gehrig, and when he first started having those symptoms like Scott, and he would be playing, and they said friends of his were like, Lou's coming to the ballpark drunk.
Ooh.
And Lou Gehrig didn't drink.
Right.
He didn't do any of that.
Wow.
And so he wasn't himself. So it's more just understanding that this happens, what happens. And this is such a small thing to begin with. I have some ideas down the road of things to do maybe with the high schools because of my connections with the high schools and ways to make people understand what this disease is. And I hope in Scott's case, this also gives people some sort of hope that even throughout all this, you can still be a father, you can still be a husband and a son. And with Scott, we got to where we would say, control the controllables.
Okay.
We can't control this disease, but we can control how we respond to this disease. We can respond to in our case, our grandkids, in Ashley's case, her children. We can only control what we can control. And Scott would want us to do that. And it is a little bit of a message of hope, but ALS it's a dark disease. You can't hide from that.
Well, and I appreciate you being frank about it. I mean, it's hard to hear. It's hard to read. I really appreciate what you prepared for us, Ashley. It was hard to read though.
I know.
When I sat down last night and read it, it was.
Yeah. It's a rough disease. I remember early on just getting advice from different families who have gone through this, different spouses who have gone through this. And I do remember one telling me, and at the time I was like, what is she saying? A journey, just enjoy it.
Yeah.
And when you're hit with a diagnosis like this, it's really hard to like wrap your head around that. But there's so much truth in that because as Chuck was saying, like we just enjoyed our time together as hard as it was. There were really hard moments and there's no way to sugarcoat some of those really hard moments, but just enjoying being together. And like, he was still a dad and he still had such an impact on those kids. And he really was. He was the best dad.
Well, I bet he'd appreciate this level of awareness. This is good. I mean, I wasn't completely aware of it till I delved into it last night. Yeah. So I appreciate it.
Scott was, Scott had an eye gaze machine that he hated. But he had to plug in things that he said through the computer. And like with Jetty, our little Jetty boy, Jetty would complain or whine about something and Scott would eye gaze. What was it that he said, Ashley?
Well, he would say a couple different things, but he would always say,
quit whining, nobody cares.
Quit whining, nobody cares.
That's what he would say to his.
I need to say that to Jake sometime.
Quit whining, nobody cares. And it was with his eyes. I deserve that. And it was with his eyes that he would say that to Jet. So,
I know.
The hard times, guys, are when sometimes, and I know Ashley will agree with me here, you feel like Scott should be here. He would be doing this. He would be doing this. He would love cooking something, making something with Macy or throwing the ball with Jetty or whatever. Those are the times that are so hard. And you have to almost like snap yourself out of it and say, it doesn't matter.
Right.
It doesn't matter. We have to move forward. And I know he would want that.
We are going to post a link on our social media, on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, everything that we can about how to order these T-shirts. Part of the proceeds from the T-shirts will go to ALS in the Heartland, helping with equipment, support, etc. for ALS awareness. But $15 for a T-shirt, small through extra large in both adult and youth. Please purchase a shirt and wear it to the game if you're able to. If it gets there in time, or just wear it in general. These will be available from today through the 21st. Is that right? So 2 weeks you can buy this shirt for?
Yes, 2 weeks.
We'll post the link once we are done with the show today. But please purchase that and help out. Do your part in helping with ALS awareness, listeners.
Great job, guys.
So
thank you guys so much.
Thank you for having us.
Great job.
Really
We appreciate we appreciate it.
Once again, please go to the Husker baseball game on Friday night in Nebraska, Indiana. It'll be ALS Awareness Night. Ashley's throwing out the first pitch as we honor the life of Scott Johnston, who of course passed away from ALS in August of last year. But Chuck and Ashley, it's been great to have you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your mission promoting ALS and letting us all know of this and how we can help out. And we hope it's a great event Friday and hope that this continues to be
the
cause.
and the Huskers get a win.
That's right.
We need that too.
Yeah,
for sure. That'd be great.
Yeah. Will and Rob are doing a great job.
They're the best.
Having a great year.
Sure.
Thanks, guys. We will
Thank
post
you.
this link and post the link to the website when we are done with the show. So, all right, more next. Early break in the ticket.
God.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Homeowners, is your yard in distress? Is your lawn being held hostage by stubborn and unruly weeds? Never fear, lawn lovers. Weedman is here. We'll rescue your lawn and restore its beautiful emerald green glory. The results of our expertly applied program are sure to impress the toughest of critics, your neighbors. Take that, Dale. Vanquish weeds and transform your lawn this year with Weedman Lawn Care. Get 50% off your first application. Go to weedman.com today. Terms and conditions apply. Go to weedman.com today.
I'm Dave Osted. And I'm Ryan Osted. Every golfer will get value from being custom fit. The truth is, the higher handicappers will get more value from being custom fit than the low handicappers. It's changed so much since my dad started the business in 1963. We now have hundreds of thousands of dollars in technology, and we know exactly what the spin rate is, what the launch angle is. We encourage you to bring your current clubs in now, and we can compare it. And guys walk out of the store knowing that the purchase they just made is going to give them 21 more yards off the tee box. Play better, have fun, and shop Osted's.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you with the highest quality roofing solution. Whether it's a new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and a long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
Hi, it's Joel Norman, the voice of your Lincoln Stars hockey team. Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket every Tuesday night from 8 to 9 p.m. to hear the latest on the Stars with myself, head coach Rocky Russo, and special player guests.
The end of the school year is drawing near, which means graduation parties are coming soon. Are you prepared for that if you're hosting? Fierce Cheese Spread is the dip that brings everyone together to celebrate graduations and to close out a great school year. And it goes well with crackers, meats, soups, and more. How could you throw a party without it? Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Fierce Cheese Spread. No graduation party is complete without it. It's the Elway Power Sports Customer Expo, May 10th and 11th. There will be giveaways and free food, half-price tires, and factory rebates as large as $2,500. Used inventory price to sell, parts and accessory specials too. Register for the John Elway football giveaway and get a chance in the money machine with a new vehicle purchase. Factory and aftermarket reps will be on site for the event. The Customer Expo at Elway Power Sports, May 10th and 11th, just south of I-80 on 27th Street.
Do you need motivation to get to the gym on the weekend or even in general? Tune into the Movement Hour each Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m. Movement Academy owner Robert Kuhlman will host the show as he introduces new ways to stay in shape. The Movement Hour every Saturday morning from 10 to 11 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Spring is here and it's time to wake up Judson. Judson Irrigation is eager and ready to get your sprinkler system up and running for the season. Judson's technicians will check for winter damage, adjust your sprinkler heads, and show you how to set your controller for effective sprinkling coverage. The Judson Irrigation team is here for you. Stay safe,
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for Ready Mixed Concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. Nebco offers great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they pay for CDL training. Apply today and start your new career with a $2,500 hiring bonus. From Nebco's beginning in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career, or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Are you looking to get into the electrical construction industry or wanting a new scene? The Electrical Workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
This
I'm not on drugs. I'm not drunk.
is Early Break with Sip and Jay, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. Weekday mornings from 6 to 8 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Want to thank once again Chuck and Ashley Johnson for coming in to promote ALS awareness. Certainly, if you're able to go to the Husker baseball game on Friday night, we would encourage you to do that. That'd be something to honor the life of Scott Johnston, who was a phenomenal person. What have we heard today from Scott and Ashley?
Yeah, turn my mic on there,
I
sport.
thought that was on that.
No,
time.
they were great, and this was awareness, and they raised awareness. It's not, and I really do appreciate how frank they are about it. It's a brutal disease.
It's hard to talk about that.
Yeah,
and they talked pretty openly about it.
They did. They did a great job. We appreciate that. So Friday night's big for ALS out at the stadium, and God, I mean, really, I appreciate Will Bolt and Childress for what they're doing. Rob,
yes. Having a great season, certainly have a chance to win the Big Ten, and that's a great thing to have in your final series of the season. It's a great thing to promote there. ALS, is it final home series?
Is it final home series?
Final, yeah.
The season slipped by.
I know, right? It's crazy. That just started.
I'm so football oriented.
The baseball season goes quickly. Then you got the regional, the Big Ten tournament, then you got regionals and supers, and then all of a sudden it's the CWS in Omaha in June.
Yeah, we better get dialed in there.
We'll get dialed in. Hopefully
all right, we have our shirts on.
We do, yes. Please, Josh, again, we'll post a link to this on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, people, so they can get these.
Just cure it for Scotty J. That's what the shirt says.
That's right.
Try to find a cure
for ALS.
And there's no cure right now.
No.
And according to Ashley, there's 30 people in Lincoln right now that have this.
And usually it'd be about 4.
4, yeah. So there's an inordinately high number
in
Lincoln that's inexplicable. Awareness, Jake, awareness.
464-5685. Call or text, as always. Before the game show, I want to get to this. I saw this yesterday. I don't have the audio. I should have got this. But Pat Riley.
I saw this.
Pat Riley, who is, of course, a longtime, very successful head coach in the NBA, now has been a very successful executive as a GM with the Miami Heat, had his little postseason press conference to wrap things up for the season, and he was pretty feisty yesterday.
He was.
Jimmy Butler, who is the alpha, the star in Miami the last few years
of your team,
my team, the 8th seed Miami Heat, did not play in the series against the Celtics. He got hurt against the Sixers in one of the play-in games, which the Heat lost. But he was chirping on social media about the Celtics and how the Heat the Heat would beat them, and they're not scared of the Celtics. The Heat, of course, would lose the series in 5 games. They won game 2 to tie it up, but then lost 3 straight. 4-1 Boston. Pat Riley was asked his thoughts about Jimmy Butler and basically about him chirping off on social media. He says he wish he would have kept his mouth shut if you're not going to be on the court.
Here's what he said. This was okay. Now people don't want to hear about the NBA around here. It seems like is that accurate?
That's probably true.
It's fair. We get a lot of pushback when we're talking about the NBA. Wouldn't you say that?
We do.
I happen to like the NBA. I will watch playoff games. I will watch regular season games. But anyway, Pat Riley's remarks, I hope people stay with us, were really fascinating. He raised the temperature in the room with these comments. He said this about Butler's remarks. For him to say that, I thought, is that Jimmy trolling or is that Jimmy serious? This is Riley. If you're not on the court playing against Boston or on the court playing against the New York Knicks, you should keep your mouth shut and your criticism of those teams. How about that? Keep your mouth shut.
That's Pat Riley.
Yeah. Telling his star player who he's paying
a lot of
$50 million plus to.
Yes.
To shut your mouth. And I agree with him. Just shut up. I mean, what are you saying? Like what? Like if you were healthy, the Sixers would be at home. Come on.
This is an organization that.
He said what he said was. Here's what he said. Butler caused this stir because he said the Celtics would be at home if he was available to play in that series. Okay. And if he was playing on the Sixers instead of the Heat, they wouldn't have lost to the New York Knicks in the first round. What's he saying? Why is he saying that stuff?
Jimmy likes to chirp off. Jimmy's a talker. But I'm with Pat Riley. You didn't play, dude. Shut up.
Yeah.
You were hurt. You were hurt. You can't say these hypotheticals.
No.
I know that he's likes the alpha. He's an alpha player.
No.
But
don't give him. But
the reason I'm fine with, I love Pat Riley saying this because this is an organization that expects championships. The Miami Heat have won several with the LeBron James era. Dwayne Wade obviously won titles. They were in the finals last season. Mm-hmm. They were the 8th seed that upset all these teams. The Bucks, they beat the Celtics, made the finals. They expect to be in the finals. And Pat Riley said, I don't care. Stop chirping. Talk. Play ball.
Yeah, Riley's old school, obviously.
Very successful head coach.
Yeah, he's very successful in this new age, too. So he's made the transition to a new age where players sit out routinely. Jimmy Butler misses 20 games every year, Jake. I know he's your guy.
I like Jimmy, but he's missed a lot of games recently.
He misses 20 games plus a year in recent years. Yeah, that part of the NBA, by the way, Riley addressed that too. That part of the NBA has gotten really annoying to a lot of people. He said this. Riley said this yesterday. Riley said this at his press conference. There are a lot of elements that go into a team's culture. The erosion of a culture, problems in the NBA that are league-wide when it comes to health and players missing games when it comes to availability. He said, here we get eliminated again in the first round. There are things you have to look at. Who moves the needle most on our team? It's Jimmy. He's an incredible player. What I said about change is he's going to have to give some thought for what we really want it to be. I mean, yeah, he got real yesterday, Riley.
Well, right now, load management's been the thing in the NBA. The last, 7-8 years, it's kind of been a thing.
Yeah. I don't know what the time period is, but that sounds about right.
No, I don't know, again, if Jimmy is saying I'm not playing, if it's Spoelstra saying you're not playing tonight, but Jimmy's missed a lot of time.
Yeah. Jimmy has missed a lot of time.
And the Heat, again, the record was not bad, but that was an 8 seed. That's 2 years in a row they were an 8 seed with expectations of being a top 4 seed in the conference, and it didn't happen. Now, again, made the finals last year, won a game in the finals, lost 4 games to 1 to the Nuggets. But
hey,
they expect titles.
Okay, load management. We're not just speaking off the cuff here about Jimmy Butler, who turns 35 in September, by the way, Jake. He played in 60 games this season for Miami.
Of 82.
During his 5 seasons with the Heat, he's averaged 58 games. He's missing a lot of games.
He has missed a lot of games.
And, then they're paying him an exorbitant amount. He is a 13-year veteran. He signed for next season for $52 million. No, I think that's wrong. The 13-year veteran is signed for the 2024-25 season with a $52 million player option for 25-26. Yep. He is seeking a 2-year, $113 million max extension. Okay, why is the NBA unappealing to people? We just covered that he's missed an average of 20 plus games per season over the last 5 seasons, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He's asking for $113 million over 2. That's people
out of touch, right?
Yeah, people read that and it doesn't. So to a lot of people, it doesn't make any sense to them. He's missed 20 plus. He's missed an average of 20 plus games over the last 5 seasons, and he's asking for $113 million over 2. It's hard to relate to that for the normal dude. It's hard to relate to it, Jake.
You want stories. I know it's a different game, but you want players like Cal Ripken Jr. that was the Iron Man, played all these games in a row, and was proud of that.
Right.
Proud of it. I know, again, it's MLB versus NBA, but even MLB, they don't have guys that play every game.
No,
there's
just a different world now.
Management there, the same thing, load management. It doesn't exist where you play all 162 or 82 games in the NBA.
I don't think Willie Mays was asking for load management.
No, it's different times.
Oh, boy, now I'm shitting. Now, Jake, I'm shaking my
different times.
I'm shaking my fist at the clouds a little bit over here now.
By the way, before we get to the game show, Earthquake Glue says this on the text line. He says, I'm 45. I haven't cared about the NBA in decades, but I love what Pat Riley said. This is the best NBA story in years. I love this regarding his talk on Jimmy Butler.
Pat told him to shut his mouth.
Shut your mouth, Jimmy, and play ball.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you want to talk, play ball.
There's so many avenues now, Jake, have you noticed? There's so many avenues for these players to talk now.
Oh, gosh. Everywhere.
Social media. It's mainly social media, but it's podcasts. Have you noticed everybody has a podcast?
Okay, on that note, before we get to the game show, Patrick Beverley of the Bucks, before they lost to the Pacers, who, by the way, had lost to the Knicks last night. Knicks are up 1-0 in that series. A reporter was talking to him after the game, after they lost to the Pacers, and he didn't want to answer her question because he asked her, do you subscribe to my podcast?
Right. I saw this.
And she said no. And so he refused to answer her question.
He said, then don't ask me questions. And then he asked her to step out of the media circle. He said, you have to leave this circle. He kind of asked her politely, but still, really?
Is that politely, really? You don't listen. You don't subscribe to my podcast. You can't talk to me.
Not only can you not talk to me, you can't be in this circle. What is that? What's going on?
You're not even the star on the team. Giannis.
No, he's not even close to the star.
Giannis, Chris Middleton, those are the Dame Lillard. Those are the stars. You're like the 5th best player in the team.
It's quite possible that Beverly will be out of the league next year.
Very possible.
It is.
Yeah. All right, let's play the game show. Give us a call right now at 464-5685. Your chance to win a business box of bagels to Bagels and Joe. Today, it's not Wednesday, but it's kind of wild cardy here. Sip. Western Nebraska counties. I'm giving love to the Panhandle, near the Panhandle.
This is not going to go well for me.
I will tell you the county. Tell me what the county seat is.
Oh, good God, Jake!
County.
Don't do this to me.
I am doing it.
Josh.
If you are from Western Nebraska, it's your time to shine. 464-5685. Shut up, Sipple. Starts right now.
We've all been there. You're listening to the radio, and then that rage starts to grow inside of you. It starts to consume you. It gets to a point where you just want to yell, "Shut up, Sipple!" No, sorry. I'm sorry. Well, here's your chance. It's time to shut up, Sipple. Call now to play. 464-5685. Shut up, Sipple. Brought to you by Bagels and Joe.
No lifeline today for you. Bill can't help you out in Western Nebraska counties.
What? How do you think Bill would have been at this?
He would have done this shake of the head. No chance. No chance. Now, Bill has been traveling a lot to speak to Western Nebraska, but mostly going to Kearney, which is, I would say, central Nebraska.
Yeah, that's not west.
I'm going Western Nebraska here.
Yeah, which I don't venture out that way, obviously. I don't. Bill, like me, has been buried in football for 30 years. So there's just some incredible things. There's an incredible amount of things we should know that we don't.
I want to make this clear before we get to this, that I am not in Omaha and say anything outside of Omaha is Western Nebraska. I'm going to actual Western Nebraska.
Yeah,
Omaha people would say that Lincoln's Western Nebraska.
Yeah, no, it's not.
No, this is the Panhandle and close to the Panhandle.
Yeah.
We've got Dave. Dave, how do you feel about Western Nebraska counties today, Dave?
Oh, boy, I don't know. We're going to give it a shot.
All right. Okay.
Dave.
Dave is on the line.
Thanks,
It's
Dave.
Mano y mano. Again, Bill's not here today, so it's just you versus Sip. Here we go, Dave. First question goes to you. What town is the county seat of Keith County?
Keith County. Ooh. I'm going to say, and this is Western Nebraska, right?
Yep.
I'm going to say Scotts Bluff.
Now, do you want this one, Sip, or not? It's not Scotts Bluff.
Keith County?
Yeah.
I'm going to pass.
That would be Ogallala.
Okay.
So it's on the verge of central. I'm calling that Western Nebraska.
No, you're all right.
Ogallala.
Yeah, I think you're okay there.
Okay, Sip, first question, 0-0 tie. What town is the county seat of Cheyenne County? Cheyenne County.
Imperial.
Imperial is the quick guess. That's not correct. Will we get a question right today? Dave, do you want that one or do you want to pass?
I'm going to pass.
That would be Sydney. Sydney, Nebraska.
Yeah. Makes sense, Jake.
All right, Dave, for the lead.
Nobody's nothing so far.
Yeah. We're not getting any of these right.
No, I know.
Low scoring affair today. Dave, for the lead, last question. What town is the county seat of Box Butte County? I know we've got people out there saying, come on. These are easy.
Box Butte. I'm going to have to say. I'm going to have to say.
5, 4.
Brewster.
Brewster.
Is Brewster
a town?
Is Brewster a town? Is the question.
I assume you're going to pass?
Yeah. Thanks, Jake. Yes.
That'd be Alliance.
Okay.
Alliance.
Okay,
Nebraska.
let's get one now. Let's get one.
You got a chance here.
Yep, let's get one.
For the win. What town is the county seat of Dawes County? D-A-W-E.
I'm going to go Loop City.
Dave, are you passing or going to the tiebreaker? Or are we going to try to go for this?
Whoa, what was it? Loop City? Did you say Loop City?
I said Loop City.
Yeah, this is Dawes County. You know what this?
Dawes County. He said Loop City.
You don't have to go for this. If you miss it, you lose the game.
No, let's go. Yeah, let's all pass.
It'd be Chadron.
Okay.
Chadron.
Yeah, bad guess.
All right, this goes to
Pretty
you.
bad
This
guess.
goes to you, Sip, and Dave will go over under your number.
Okay, Jake.
What is the population of Chadron? Chadron, yeah.
Chadron. You should pronounce that funny, by the way.
Chadron.
Chadron.
Not Chadron.
Not Chadron. Chadron.
Chadron State College.
Okay, Chadron
Chadron.
population. All right, let's not embarrass yourself here, Steve.
Is it a billion?
Let's not embarrass ourselves. Chadron population.
They have a college there.
Right.
Keep that in mind.
I'll go 6,275.
Okay. So we got 6,275.
6,275.
Over under 6,275 people in Chadron, Dave.
Oh boy, I think I'm gonna Town. Isn't that where Danny Woodhead went?
You went to college there, yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna 6,275. But all right.
Yes, Dave.
I'm gonna go over.
Is it over 6,275 people? How about 5,206 in Chadron as of the 2020 census? So I don't think it's gone up to 1,000 in that time. But congrats to you, Sip. You'll get no bagels, but Dave will get a bagel in the coffee. So thanks for calling in and called on the road, Dave.
All right. Thanks, guys. Have a good day.
Great job by Dave.
Low scoring game.
No, but he tried. He tried hard.
No score today, actually.
Hey, Jake, he picked up the phone and gave it a try. Thank you, Dave. The overall record, which we haven't updated in a while, is 77-70. Thank you, Josh, for that. On the week, we're 1-1. So I'm 7 games over.
You know how you could get a victory before you get to break? What you should do? You seem kind of hungry this morning. Maybe you should call Score One Smoking out in Holdridge, because Chris will load you up with barbecue rubs and sauces that you can put on your grill this afternoon.
Put it on your grill.
On my grill. Score1smoking.com. Also on Facebook and Instagram. Spillover is next on Early Break on the Ticket.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
NEPCO is hiring CDL drivers for Ready Mixed Concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. NEPCO offers great pay, medical, and retirement benefits. They pay for CDL training. Apply today and start your new career with a $2,500 hiring bonus. From NEPCO's beginning in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
Community means something different to everyone. But for me, it means cheering on those around you during the good times and helping them out during the tough times. I'm softball player Jordy Ball, and I've been blessed with the support of my friends, family, coaches, and community throughout my life. When looking for a bank to call home, it was easy to choose Midwest Bank. I never feel like just another customer, and they're proud to support their communities. They love what they do, and it shows. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
Hi, this is State Senator Carolyn Bozin. Education is a cornerstone to building a strong, vibrant community. I voted for the historic increase in funding for education in the legislature. As a state senator, wife, and mom, I believe Lincoln is a great place to work and raise a family. My husband Reggie and I are local business owners and understand the valuable role of education in our community. This is Carolyn Bozin, and I am asking for your vote on May 14th, paid for by Bozin for Legislature.
Far too many kids in our community face extreme challenges due to homelessness, abuse, and neglect. Despite the troubles these kids face, we believe in them. Believe in giving them the safety and stability they deserve. Your gift on Give to Lincoln Day will help us provide services to meet kids where they're at, while also showing them how far they can go. Please make your gift to Cedars on Give to Lincoln Day.
Take your internet service to new levels with Allo, your award-winning internet provider across our fiber hoods. Allo isn't just about the fastest internet available. It's about connecting you to your world, work, and play seamlessly. Our award-winning service ensures affordable, secure, and reliable connectivity, setting us apart. Ready to transform your internet experience? Experience the fiber difference today. Sign up now at allofiber.com. Allo, connecting your world.
Do you need motivation to get to the gym on the weekend or even in general? Tune into the Movement Hour each Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m. Movement Academy owner Robert Kuhlman will host the show as he introduces new ways to stay in shape. The Movement Hour every Saturday morning from 10 to 11 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round. And their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up.
Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Houses? They're expensive. And once you buy one, you're kind of stuck with it for a while. You need to make sure you get your best house for the best price. You need Ben Bleicher and his team of pros at Professional Realty Group. They'll take the time to figure out what's important for you in your dream home, and they have the expertise to find the hidden issues that could surprise you after the sale. That's professional knowledge, proactive service. We call that potential. Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Service Ambassador. Find more online at prg-ne.com.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, some spotty showers possible. Otherwise, mainly sunny and breezy. The high around 74. Tonight, a chance of showers rolls in. See a low around 49. And tomorrow, we'll see mainly sunny skies return. Another slight chance in the evening. See a high around 72. I'm meteorologist Kyle Tucker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're on the air. Back
Well, party's starting early today, isn't it?
to more of Early Break with Sip and Jay. Brought to you by Gaina Trucking. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It is time for the spillover with Raph and AD, sponsored by Landmark Implement, who have everything right now you need, from used tractors to used sprayers, seeders, planters, and combines. Learn more at landmarkimp.com or stop by your local Landmark to experience the Landmark difference. AD said my game show is not fair today, sounds like.
Oh, boy.
Got a lot of response, by the way, in the text line from that game show today.
What sort of response?
Scott from Bancroft says, let's start a poll. What was worse today, Jake's song of the day or that game show?
Wow, the game show is way worse than your song of the day.
Well,
turn on
the
song I gave it a 9.6
which
plus.
is a very high score. Thank you for that.
It was an Outcast Southern playlist that kind of like folky music for your trunk. Wasn't that?
What's going on?
That was Mon Green.
We're like, hello.
I didn't play any Outcast today.
You heard Outcast before, Sip?
Yes, I have.
I think Sip likes Outcast.
I know I'm white.
see. They're all inclusive, so you didn't have to go there.
Yeah.
They're all inclusive.
I know I'm white.
Don't ask me questions like that.
I got Dre in the car right now.
Yeah.
Who? Dr. Dre.
I love Dr. Dre. Jake knows I love Dr. Dre.
Well, we talked about how Dr. Dre and Snoop are part of a bowl game now. The Arizona Bowl is now the Snoop Dogg Bowl. Dead serious. That is
Gin and Juice.
Oh!
The Gin and Juice Bowl. Dre and Snoop.
And it really
dead
is.
Serious.
Are you serious?
I'm 100% serious.
No joke.
My God.
Are you going to go down?
We're going. Me and Rico go down. I'm down. It's probably an early December game.
It's like December. I think it's like December 30th one. So
Okay, that's not bad. You know, you go into the month because usually respectable bowl games played later to the year, like going into the new year.
Yeah.
The respectable bowls. The early ones, they have they had the Mayo Bowl.
Yeah.
Duke's Mayo Bowl.
But they're not that early in December. They're
No.
mid.
They're like mid. Like
Mid.
15th, 16th date of but I'm there.
Are you there?
Like so things will if you have these things there, you will get them on to do them.
Okay.
Activision put Snoop Dogg on the video game.
Okay.
I had to buy the skin. So now Arizona's going to have a bowl game.
Yep.
That Snoop Dogg is going to be headlining.
And Dre.
And you know what? I got an excuse. My son and daughter live in Chandler.
Just get down there.
I'm just going to go say, hey, I'm coming to visit. But, by the way, I got a couple extra tickets to go see this Snoop Dogg. Well, he's not even playing. I'm just saying. It's the bowl game with his name.
The game's in Tucson.
The bowl game is called the Snoop Dogg Arizona Bowl, presented by Gin and Juice by Dre and Snoop. That's the name of the game.
Beautiful. Beautiful marketing, promotion. I mean, Gin and Juice has been around since we were in college.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. That's when he came out.
It might have been around a bit longer than that.
well, I said y'all were in college.
Gin and Juice has been around for December 28th in Tucson.
So it was. I was in high school, 1994, when The Chronic came out.
What's The Chronic?
Dr. Dre's first album.
Welcome.
I wasn't gonna give. So they gonna give you a hard time, Sip. I'm not gonna give you a hard time.
I would know that, Sip. It's fine. Did Raph know that?
Sip the way you
didn't know that.
Sip the way you said it. What's The Chronic?
Hey, it was the name of his album. It was one of his first albums. One of his first albums when he went solo, away from
Teach Me.
Death Row.
Well, it's also another name for some people call it the devil's lettuce, perhaps.
Yeah.
Oh, The Chronic.
The Chronic.
Didn't know that.
I didn't either.
Marijuana.
This is a learning
Trees.
We're learning. I didn't know that either.
The Chronic.
Ganja.
Yes, sir.
In all seriousness, this is actually the first ever bowl game to have alcohol attached to it for a sponsorship.
Really?
So it's the Snoop Dogg Bowl, but it's presented by Gin and Juice with Snoop and Dre.
We're a long way from no better. I mean, and in Arizona, it's not far from Cali. Just letting you know, too.
Yeah.
It's not that far.
They're going to pull up. People are pulling up from Cali. From South Central LA, Compton, yes, LBC.
I was just hoping that Snoop and Dre would perform at halftime.
They will.
If it's the
I hope
Snoop
they
Dogg
do.
Bowl, you got to be out there doing something.
He's going to
right?
do something.
They have to be there, I would think.
No, he's going to be there.
He'll be there.
You just made my day, Jake.
You're welcome, Amon.
How about that? You made the Legends Day.
Made my
It's
day.
a Tuesday right there.
I was having a good day. I was having a great day already, and
Now it's
wow.
Hey, this
You're
is
welcome.
kind of a sidebar.
Okay.
Sip, you don't drink the coffee here, do you?
No, I drink McDonald's.
Yeah, so we always got a bunch of coffee for the day. I appreciate that because I didn't look like you even touched it.
No, I drink McDonald's.
Did
Everybody knows
the coffee pot, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Bill usually has some. He's not here today.
Okay.
That's it.
Because I know you're always Mickey D's, man.
Yeah. And that's nothing against the milk. I love the milk.
But they're not open when we get here.
Right.
When
Thank you,
Sip
Jake.
gets here, they don't open until 7:30.
Right.
So you can't have their coffee. We got to have
Yeah,
their
that's a good
coffee.
reason.
You're always McDonald's. I know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Twice a day.
Twice, 500 times a year.
Yeah, Bill had a pretty funny bit the other day. I just mentioned
funny.
I just mentioned that I went through McDonald's. He goes, Sipple, nobody goes through McDonald's more than you. And I'm like, huh? He goes, well, do the math. 500 times a year.
Oh wow.
That clip is good.
That's pretty good. I mean, he's right.
Is it Monday through Friday twice a day?
What about Saturday and Sunday?
I'm serious. I didn't know if you did it on the weekends.
Let's not leave out Saturday and Sunday.
Do they know you?
No, weekends more a little probably.
Do they know you there then?
No, I mean they did at the 27th and Vine one. Not at the 48th one. There's so much turnover now, Raph.
Yeah.
And you notice in this world there's a lot of turnover. So not as much now. Not as much.
My Mr. Good Sense out on, was it 14th and Old Cheney?
Yeah.
They now know me every time I walk in there, and they already know.
Good sense.
I feel bad. There's probably 6
Good
restaurants in town that know my order when I go in.
I walked in.
Really?
Actually, it's 728 times. So I was just kind of doing the math. If you're there twice a day,
Well,
7
not
days,
always.
He's
twice
got some
a day.
holidays.
So let's toss out 100 of them. That's still 628 times a day.
Yeah, it's probably
That's
600.
It's
all
a
right,
good
man.
year.
Hey,
Sip.
you know what you like, man.
It's a good
Oh,
year.
I love their coffee.
The Yellow Cup.
Yeah.
That's it for us. The Drive with Raph, AD, and Amon Green is next for Steve Sipple and Bill Busch. I'm Jake Sorensen. We will see you tomorrow.
It's the Elway Power Sports Customer Expo, May 10th and 11th. There will be giveaways and free food, half-price tires, and